You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Devin Vassell knocks down the three-pointer. Champagne nearly tripped. Corner three. Vassell 2 for 2 from downtown to start. Good ball movement. Vassell straight on. Castle three-pointer. Got that one as well. Fly ball right center field. It's hit well. It is gone. 2-run home run for Schwarber. He's 0 for 2 to K. First pitch, hit hard, right field and deep. It is grand. Swing and a drive. Hammer towards Soto and left, and that ball is gone. Walker with a 3-run bomb. And Holly trying to hit a grand slam. Right field deep. It's on. A grand slam to break this sucker wide open.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by NextGen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. What's up, DB?
How are we doing?
Oh, we're doing all right. How are you?
Good. Good
Yeah.
morning to our tubers
And good morning to our podcasters
and our
later in the day.
and our podcasters who will double dog download. Something's going on. We've been in like the 1400s.
Yeah, we were hard on that yesterday by the end of the show.
I try to operate on the low end
Mhm.
just so I don't overdo it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, apparently folks are finding us very entertaining with our hot takes. I tell people it's not often we can have folks that talk about, I don't know, how people feel about the president in locker rooms
Mhm.
and have very in-depth and thoughtful conversations and
Are you not entertained?
things on the show like, I don't know, we basically intimated house Negroes on the show.
Who said that?
Like, the range.
I was talking about Harry Potter, man. I still don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Good morning. I mean, listen,
It's awful early for, no, listen, you're on,
3 minutes into the show and we're already saying that?
you're on punishment.
What did I do?
Oh,
I wasn't going to say anything about me. I'm just saying we started with house
you.
3 minutes in.
I'll get to you, Knickerbockers, here in a second because you guys are 94% of the reason I am like Morton Salt this morning.
a little salty today.
Yeah, I'm not going to wake up and necessarily choose violence, but I'm very open to it.
Oh, okay.
Very open to it. Yesterday, I had to spend all day yesterday preparing for today, and now today's here, and I'm like, damn,
Still not ready?
what I do my prep work for? No, it's interesting because camp we will not be done tonight.
Mhm.
They said, anywhere between 8 and 8:15.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be rough for you.
Bro, last night was rough for me.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour and 35-minute drive.
Yeah.
And I had to listen to Micah talk about how I'm a left lane guy. I was like, you're having an awful fancy home cooked Chick-fil-A-esque meal this night.
Yeah.
I'd zip it. I got my buddies like tearing up our deck.
Mhm.
And so I have furniture on my grass.
Is it driving you crazy?
Yes. I just would stand out there and he's like, and Chris talks crazy. Like,
Yeah.
he's super thugonomics, right? And he's like, look, man. No, he just talks reckless.
No, I know.
Like,
Yeah. No, I met him at your birthday. Like, yeah, I understand.
yes. Chris is like in the top 4 of he's gonna have the lie, he's gonna have the shovel, he's gonna have the spots picked out.
100% like struck me as I've met him like twice.
Yeah.
If I needed to hide a body, he's in my top 3 calls.
He's so gifted or he's very, very skilled with his job where he can do it all. He
can fix like anything, right? That's basically
big company, like he's remodeled like 2 golf courses, their interior.
Yeah.
And he usually goes to higher end clients. So he changed his voicemail. I'm like, oh, nice little switch up.
Code switching here.
He's like, yeah, it's time to get serious. Onyx is getting older because he has his little guy.
Yeah.
Who came over and basically tore the whole house up. So I'm not sure Onyx can come back over.
Speaking of tearing the house up, so I have some inside information here.
Housekeeping.
So
anyway, I'd like to get the furniture off my yard, off my lawn.
Yeah.
Especially my drum, which is heavy.
Yeah, because you don't want to mess up the yard here.
And it's the grass is wet, so I'm pissy.
Yeah. Degrassi?
And I had to cook inside yesterday.
Well, I know you don't like that.
I mean, it's okay. It's just not. For some reason, there's a certain kind of food I just don't season, but it just doesn't come out the way. It doesn't taste the way that I want it to.
Sure. Well, I understand that.
So, it is what it is. I put bacon in the microwave.
Oof.
Which I never do.
Pre-cooked or just like,
nope.
Ooh, that's tough.
Nope. I put it in the microwave because I found that my house is like 72 degrees because when you use the oven.
Oh, yeah. Heats things up a little bit.
Yeah, it's miserable.
That's tough out there.
Yeah. And Chris brought his other son with him, who I absolutely adore. And I kept them fed with grapes and water. So they'd use the cooler. And
okay.
I wanted to be like, hey, Des, I'm just not going to keep opening up that back door. Use the doggy door if you need to come in.
Wait, you told like a person?
Well, Onyx used it the other day when he came over. He was going in and out like no problem. No, Onyx is 2.
You told
Des is 16.
Told like almost a grown person.
He's very thin. He's built like his dad. Yes.
Come on, man.
So anyway, that's my mood. And then Crybaby over here was doubling down on the group text. I had to. You see how I just gracefully bowed out of the exchange. I'm like, I'm done with my phone for the day.
Yeah, I could tell you weren't having his nonsense.
Well,
I get it.
Are you sure?
I do. Yeah. I mean, I was annoyed. Like, oh, if they get down by 30, I'm going to stop. It's like you literally saw
the incessant whining.
You literally saw this team come back from 24, 22 down and like
22. 30 is a different beast.
Hey, see?
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Such a. Also,
it wasn't just the deficit. It was the fact that the Spurs could not miss in the first.
Okay, but that's what should have given you hope. This team can't shoot.
Man.
It's like when stop. It's like when a bad shooter hits like 3 in a row. Like anytime Josh Smith for the Hawks would hit like 2 threes in a row, I was like, hell yeah, he's going 2 for 10 today.
No, see, even sorry ass Alvarado knew to stop shooting. He made his little 2 shots and it's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to throw a 15-minute skip pass in the corner to Anunoby
and have him pass.
Yeah. It didn't even have.
Did it slow down on the bounce?
Yeah,
he damn near bowled it over to him.
I think he like put the wrong spin on it. So
did he put backspin on it?
And OG was like, let me check for wind. Any drafts? Square this thing up.
For being 7'5" and being pretty nimble, it took Victor a while to get to that corner.
Listen, Wemby needs to play more minutes. He
played 43 last night.
Yeah, guess what?
And he was bad the last like 8 of them.
He had a guy. They had a stretch where the Knicks were making a run. You needed to put him back on the court.
No, I agree. Yeah, I mean,
that's just one of those where you have a chance to deliver a kill shot.
Yeah, they didn't do it.
Let it all hang out.
Yeah, they didn't do it.
Even though that's wheezy, it'll all work out. But man, I just want to know why you were so discouraged, my little suave friend.
Little whiny baby. That's what
little whiny baby boy.
Little whiny baby Rico.
I'll accept it. I was not.
The Spurs were clearly playing
out of their minds in an unsustainable fashion.
And it was 4-on-6 the whole time.
Well, it was playing out of their minds.
Point last night were the Spurs playing with 5 on the court. As long as De'Aaron Fox was playing, he was on your team.
He was making shots.
Listen,
early.
85 times. Ill-advised.
He had like 3.
Bobby's talking about.
Yes.
Part of your,
when he had 15, I was like, oh boy, he listen, call it good.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty inefficient. Call it good.
Tapping out there.
Nah.
I say part of your like, oh, Josh Smith hits 2 threes. He's going to go. He's not going to hit those shots. I thought that for De'Aaron, and then he hit like 2 more step back threes. And I'm like, what is happening? Why is this going on? And like, I was just getting upset because everything was falling.
Just not for him, but just ill-advised.
Always. It's always ill-advised. I'm like,
you could get that shot at any time in the shot clock
anytime you
ever.
wanted.
Like
anytime you wanted.
But I mean, look, they're down by 24 early. Cat has 2 fouls. Mitch is in. Mitch gets 2 fouls. Aerial hook, Porty in minutes in the second quarter.
Listen,
is it bad for me to think it's over?
Who did you have less confidence when they threw it up to the rim to? Wembanyama playing volleyball when he clearly should have just come down with a catch and stopped tipping the damn thing, or Mitchell Robinson who couldn't throw it in the ocean off a stepladder. They kept throwing that dude lobs. Listen, he's tall and he has. I don't know. Maybe the headband is for aerodynamically. Like I'd love to see what his real hair looks like. Like what is going on?
His real hair or his hairline? Because his hairline's pretty far back.
What is that?
It's just poofy.
Boy. Anyway, like he doesn't get off the ground, and they keep throwing it up to him. I'm like, you guys are gonna have to stop.
Against literally anybody else, he's catching those lobs and dunking them. But against Wemby, it's not. You're not doing that against him.
Like at least a third of those, Wemby was caught in a ball screen.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on a little guy.
He finished 2 of them, and then the one that like went all the way up and touched the jumbotron.
So when Mitch Robinson makes 2 shots, then it's positive. When De'Aaron Fox makes 2 shots, it's the end of the world.
Oh no, it's not positive. I also don't think they should have kept it. He has a broken hand.
I just keep saying to myself, somehow the Spurs are a fantastic matchup against OKC because they're hard to watch.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think Mitch Johnson is getting exposed pretty aggressively.
Oh, he's bad.
Like
it's really bad.
Like I knew I didn't love it. I didn't realize how bad it was.
So he got crushed. Like I don't even know if you guys have that clip off the NBA Network. When you're in studio
on NBA Network, which is friendly,
and you go in on a head coach, that's
pretty rough.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's the TikTok he sent this morning, guys. If you have it, there's also a.
Did you have time to watch that?
I did. Yeah.
Well, good for you. I thought you might have been driving, getting your pizza.
No,
which, by the way,
no pizza today.
Wow. So you got a C4, but no pizza?
This was from a couple days ago. I bought 2 because you usually get a deal if you buy 2. So
yeah. Is it 2 for $6 or 2 for $7?
2 for $6, I think, on the C4s.
Yeah, they do try to get you with the creep game where they give you the 2 for and you're like, oh, and then you see it's like $6.50 or $7.50, and you're like,
yeah, it's like
that's kind of
50 cents cheaper.
You're gonna save me 19 cents.
This is my favorite flavor though, which they've been out of for a while.
Orange slice.
Yeah, this is my favorite flavor.
Were you big? You weren't around for slice.
No, I remember slice. So I was really excited when they came out with diet slice because I couldn't drink the regular. So I was pretty happy about it.
Do you remember apple slice?
No, that we've talked about this before. You loved it. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was. I remember taking a few apple slices to the barbershop, but this was way back when he was at the Blue Lion Center, which was forever ago. He hasn't been in that building in 30 years.
Is there cherry slice?
Yeah, there's yeah.
I remember cherry slice.
I think it's the equivalent to cherry Coke.
Yeah. I remember like a diet cherry slice, which was good.
I
think there was a Dr. Slice.
So, I sat in the car. I had to hear it. You gave me the thumbs up to make sure I was good, and I was fine. I thought long and hard about not coming in.
Why would you do that?
I knew I was going to have to deal with some sort of Knick talk and the incessant whining that was happening. Pat, the producer, and I'm over it. Do you know what he was over?
Knicks fans.
He was mad at himself because he took a melatonin and had a drink and went to bed at half.
Oh,
missed the whole second half of the game. I mean, super fan.
That is
super fan. Hold
Like,
on.
I'm upset with myself for being as whiny as I was, but
He woke up, he said, to 64 text messages.
That's tough, man. That's tough. I don't even know if you can claim fandom at that point.
Yeah, and Michelle and everybody else, like they were legit working on 3.5 hours sleep, and they were jacked just because of the game.
Sure, yeah.
Like they're on, like they'll pay for it today.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're napping today.
Yeah.
Like,
guess who's not?
this
And
guy.
My buddy Aaron, he had a good idea.
What's
He
that?
said send Ravi. Would you like to go to Iowa City?
No, because I have to be at Warhorse today.
Ah, yeah. So Rico's out.
Yeah.
Shane, you're done with Iowa, aren't you? You grew up there. You're like, yeah, I ain't going back.
Yeah, I'm not going back.
Fudge. Just driving back tonight
No,
pumped.
tonight's that's gonna be rough.
I'm so excited.
You sound like it.
Oh God.
You're pulling in about midnight. It's gonna be great.
Can't wait.
So
I'll be riding with someone who can't keep their eyes open in the car. Doesn't matter if it's 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.
and not like a big talker either.
No,
so
he's gonna go ahead and be nodding.
not real great.
No big deal.
I
Help
think
when you
we've
stay
got a
awake.
nodder.
Yeah.
Came in last night at like 9:30 because I shut it down. I was in a mood. He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna take an Epsom salt bath. You cool with that? I don't care, man. You only talk to me when you need something. We're not friends. Do what you want.
You feel like that Jelly Roll song? He only talks to God when he needs a favor.
I only talk to Dad when I need a favor.
See, that's a pretty good pull. You know, I don't even like Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
That was just for you.
I don't even like Jelly Roll. It took me, he had his 6-month stay in my heart.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm like,
I was saying you had a moment. You had a moment with Jelly Roll.
No, I gave him about 8 months.
Okay. I'm saying there was a time where
He's out.
you
I
were
didn't think
feeling
that was
Jelly
his
Roll.
name.
What'd you think his name was?
Well, it's not God.
Oh, yeah. First of all, my little theologian here yesterday.
I'm just saying
That was cute.
not what that means at all.
That's where you drew the line yesterday and all the nonsense.
Well, it's a pet peeve of mine when people
You have lots of those.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest ones though, and you'll find a common theme here. It's when people who aren't educated on a topic speak as though they are.
Yeah,
Especially when I am more educated on that topic.
I was listening to that last night during the broadcast. By the way, did they kill Richard Jefferson's mic?
I don't know, but he doesn't talk for long stretches.
I mean,
I forget he's on there.
He's there.
Yeah, it was just, like he piped up at one point. I was like, "Damn, Rich, where'd you
I
come
was
from?"
like, who's the little soft-spoken guy talking to Legs?
Our Jeff, where'd you come from?
I mean, out of nowhere. I'd forgotten. It had been at least a 6-7 minute basketball stretch.
It was probably like 15 minutes of real time where he didn't speak.
Do you think Richard Jefferson's just watching the game? Like he forgets he has to talk.
He forgets he's working. The first time I remember him chiming back in is he was like, I mean, Legs and I are paid to talk and we're speechless. And I was like, are you paid to talk, Richard Jeff? Because you haven't.
I'd say Legs is talking.
I will say this: three-man booths are tough.
No, it's rough.
I think they're tough.
Also, this might be a hot take.
But you want Draymond Green to have like a regular seat at the studio?
God, no, I hate Draymond. You know this.
Hey, my man is like, you think I'm off camera?
He is.
Hey guys, my take on they got to get Wemby the wait. You're not even on the screen.
Who's talking right now? No, I don't like Draymond.
That's fine. I'm back.
He really is all the way out there.
You know what's funny?
Right? It's like he's not supposed to be there, but he came in last minute. Like you can fix that. At least I think.
I would imagine.
Now it's a small little desk.
Yeah, they're cramped in
thing.
there.
Shaq he's the only one that has he's a 2x2 man.
He's
there's nobody in here and nobody in here. My man is like, I'm the big Aristotle.
He's taking up like half the desk by himself.
Yeah, I hope he's off the Wemby handies because at no point, and I said this isn't, and I'm now full disclosure, I'm probably seeing what I want to see, but at no point has all this best player in the league talk, and he's this and he's that. He hasn't even been the best player on the floor at almost at any point in this series. The
best player in the league talk is premature. I still think there was a case for him being the most valuable player this year.
I don't know, man.
It's a regular season award, and you've gotten to the point with Wemby where the bad stuff's going to stick out way more to you.
Because first of all,
and listen, I'm not saying there's not bad stuff,
man,
but you have gotten to the point with him where you're over it, and so you're very much Pat the producer on this one, where you're over it, and so there's you're going to see the bad first.
Is Victor Wembanyama the best player on his team?
Yes.
That's not true.
Yeah. Who's the best player on the Spurs, man? What are you talking about?
Listen, I know one thing. When they've gone stretches without Wemby playing very well, and I get the defensive thing because that's what you're going to go to, right?
Yeah.
Oh, on the defensive end.
And that's the only part of his game I enjoy watching.
The perimeter pressure and the way that Castle can guard and still rebound is incredible. You think
Castle's a better player than Wemby?
I think in this series he's been the better player. I don't even know if that's debatable.
I don't think that's true at all.
Listen, hot take central.
I don't think that's true at all.
Dude,
I really don't.
Is there a difference between better and more valuable?
I don't think
Castle's been the better player for San Antonio in this series.
I think that I think Castle's been
when you say
I am 100%. I don't see that at all.
I think Castle's been better in his role, but I think Wemby's more valuable because you can see when he goes off.
That's fine.
How much more
high on the value hill? I'm talking about if you get outside the stat sheet.
I understand that.
Oh,
I don't know how you can go to defense for Castle over Wemby. I get what he brings on the perimeter defensively.
Yeah, because Cat has been so neutralized in this series.
I mean, he didn't score in the fourth quarter for 3 games.
He didn't play.
There's a reason for that.
You know what I mean? It's
whatever value you think Castle brings defensively, Wemby at least brings that.
Don't confuse productivity with value.
I understand that.
Castle doesn't play well, and they're awful. Awful.
Wemby doesn't play well. They're not in it either.
That's not. When's he played well?
Most of the series.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
Look at his shooting statistics.
Listen, I'm the first one to say I don't love a lot of his shot selection, but it's not like Castle's lighting the world on fire shooting the ball either.
This dude's playing volleyball at the rim for 3-minute stretches, and you want me to give him grace on his rebounding? There are his own misses.
I understand that.
I don't think so,
man. The Castle thing. If you. You're losing me on the Castle thing.
Well, that's fine. It won't be the first. You don't. It's the same thing you say about Wemby because you don't love Castle's game.
Sure, yeah.
You have to get outside the stats when you watch Castle for what he actually does. He does a ton. The scrambling, the pressure, where Brunson has to start the offense. They try to screen him on high ball screens, and he plays through it. He's a menace. An absolute menace. The Knicks start their offense from 35 feet away.
Yeah.
That's why they use Cat
as the
with those ball screens way out there to free Brunson up. It's not like Brunson shot lights out. He's been pretty inefficient for the most part.
For sure. I think he's under 40% on the series.
I just don't I don't understand how. I don't know. That's a hot take.
I don't think it's particularly close.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody will agree with you. Just start in the chat. I haven't looked at it yet.
I haven't either.
I'm willing to go
now. Right now, Ravi's right according to the chat.
With who? With who? But I'm looking at Ben. DB's right here.
Hot Danger. Kobe.
How Kobe? How? I'm willing to listen to the thought process.
I just think
you're talking defensively.
So here's the biggest issue that I have, and I think this happens a lot in series where one player gets a ton of the focus, either offensively or defensively.
Yeah.
I think the problem we run into a lot of times, and
is condoning 9 of 25.
No.
Okay.
I mean, listen, you said look outside the stats. I'm talking about outside the stats here. So when you've got a player who is the focus of the game plan, either offensively or defensively, and then someone else steps up, then we take away the contributions of the fact that you're game planning around a different guy.
Who's stepped up?
If you're talking about Castle, that's what I'm talking about.
What Castle does for them isn't stepping up. It's who the Spurs need him to be.
I understand that. He's only allowed to be that, though, because
how
of
come
Wemby.
You keep saying you understand, but then
because it seems like you think I don't.
Well, your premise says that you don't.
My premise is
you can't say step up, and then I say it's a part of his role, and then you say I understand that.
My premise is that without Wemby, Castle doesn't get to be that person.
But at what point can you take an individual player on a team and say that and not be talking about like LeBron?
I'm saying when you have the best player on the team,
okay,
then everybody else gets to do their role in a way that they aren't otherwise.
So when the Spurs were shooting lights out and they had 76 points at the half, you're like, ooh, Wembanyama's presence.
We're talking about defensively. We were just
no. I don't do this. You do this buffoonery thing where you act like I'm speaking Portuguese. I'm going to be very specific.
Okay.
You're hanging your whole hat on his defensive prowess, right? So I started the whole conversation with what Castle does defensively.
Yeah.
Then it morphed into this who gets to do what on the court. So I'm thinking you moved off of defense. Are we still talking defense?
I'm talking primarily about defense.
Okay. Can carry on.
My premise on defense is, especially with Castle, he's allowed to do what he does in terms of perimeter ball pressure.
Because he has a rim protector?
Because he has a phenomenal rim protector back there. He's just not allowed to, like, most people in the league aren't allowed to play defense like that, even if they're capable, because they don't have that line of defense back there. That like changes the way Castle's allowed to defend. That's why he can make Brunson start his offense 35 feet away from the hoop.
So I understand that's basketball 101, right? Like you can take some risks and you can gamble because you have a rim protector. So do you think, independent of Wembanyama playing behind Castle, that Castle is a different defensive player?
I think he has the same capabilities, but it would look different.
Okay. That's pretty safe.
I mean, that's what we're talking about, though.
Is it though?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, because I'm very big on making distinctions, because I think you're not alone here. We like to make these the subtle goalpost moves when we're having a general conversation, and I like to make sure that we're talking about the same thing. That's all.
So if that's what I'm talking about, was there something different you were addressing?
Yeah, because I think if you're telling me that you think the best player for the Spurs through being down 3-1 is Victor Wembanyama, I think you're crazy.
Is that relative to what your expectations were of him coming in?
No, don't do that.
I'm asking. You're asking for distinction. I'm asking for distinction.
What I'm telling you is the same thing that I started the premise with, in that he has not been the Spurs' best player. It doesn't have anything to do with what my expectation level is to this point.
Okay.
To this point. When I say things like, I don't get the
Wemby love,
the quick anointing without actually looking at what's going on, that's different than me saying he hasn't been the best player for their team yet in this series.
Yeah, I just fundamentally don't agree. I don't know. Like, obviously we both feel differently about what we're watching, which is fine, but I don't like, at no point, and maybe it's a trust thing for me. And listen, I don't love the way the Spurs play offense in general. I don't love the shot selection that Wembanyama gets. I don't like, there's a lot of stuff I want to start there, but at no point do I feel good offensively. If we want to move over from the defensive side to the offensive side, at no point do I feel good offensively.
I'm not using stats, Hot, unless we're talking about Wemby's shooting, but Ravi has moved on off of offense, which I'm not going to use any stats. That's the only time you heard me use that. So just to clarify.
I mean, if you're mad about Wemby shooting, like I don't feel great about Castles either.
No, I understand, but the role in which they have to play for their respective teams changes too. Then you get into what the expectation level is. You're not expecting Castle to be a scorer, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't, and this is more a feel thing. I just don't like or trust when he has the ball and is making decisions. Yes. That makes me uncomfortable.
And I think we're confusing like the value with the actual output. he hasn't been. He should be the most valuable player to his team.
Mhm.
He just hasn't played very well according to what he's supposed to be for these guys. If you ask me if it's about the expectation level, sure, when you're 7'5", I guess, and can do all these different things, I just watch it happen on the court, and I'm like, I don't get it.
To be fair, that's how I feel about, and I get that we talk about Wembanyama
Like they
in a
went
different way.
like Cat went at him late in the fourth,
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking,
if you want,
we're
like,
very disparaging of Cat, and you were quick to say he didn't score, but I'm watching what happens on the glass late in 3 of the 4 games, and him attacking the rim late, and I'm like,
if you want to talk about Wembanyama in terms of his inability to play deep into games and play well deep into games, I'm totally willing to have that conversation because that's a real thing. His struggles late in games when he's played north of like 35 minutes, like that's a real problem.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that at all. And I do think Cat, that's sort of the frustrating part for me with Cat in not being better in the fourth quarters up till last night is you should be able to take advantage of Wembanyama late in games because that he does wilt a little bit. We've seen that a couple times in this series. My issue on the offensive end for the Spurs is, first of all, I don't really like how
I don't know
of it
about
looks.
that, Jeremy. You think the Knicks have a way better front court than OKC?
Than OKC?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Hartenstein a lot, so that's a hard.
I don't know about that.
Cat is probably the most talented of any individual between OKC and the Knicks front court, just pure talent.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Cat like that because there's a lot of things that Cat does that we're like, what the hell is going on here? But if you're talking about pure talent, Cat's probably the single most talented guy of the 2 front courts. I don't know that I like their front court better.
This offensive explosion version of OG probably puts them over the top. But if it's just regular season OG that's mostly defense and is going to get you like 18 points, I'd take OKC's front court.
I also think it's weird that like
I think he's actually been their second best player.
OG?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't fight on that. Like OG's was, especially last night, was phenomenal.
And you're not even getting much from Bridges.
No, you're not. And you're getting nothing from Hart. Like there's like I will say the thing with OKC's front court is they're in a really weird spot with San Antonio because Chet's just a slightly less good version of Wemby. So that matchup's never going to go their way. And that makes it really, really challenging to not be able to play probably your second best overall player because he's playing against the one guy in the league that is a clone of him, just 20% better. That makes it really challenging for OKC.
Yeah, Kobe, nobody's forgetting his age. Like, we know how old he is. It's still part of the discussion.
We're talking about this series. Like, him being better 2 years from now doesn't help me in this conversation. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I understand that. Even if we disagree, I understand that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, like, I've said, hey, in a year from now, Dylan Harper is a whole different problem. And I agree with that. I think you agree with that too.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help me today. Like, I still need Dylan Harper to be different today. We've got to take a quick break here because we are going to talk some college baseball with Jack DeLONGCHAMPS from D1 Baseball. We're starting that College World Series tomorrow, and so we got to start getting our preview in today. That's DBM, Ravi, Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
much as I know you're getting questions about the physical side of things, I think we all know that the mental side of the game has become so large. For you, how did you learn to take care of the mental side so you could be the athlete that you want to be?
I think it honestly really started first, like, I grew up playing a lot of sports, and that really helped with like managing time and like learning how to just kind of get everything in order, like mentally, when I needed to figure out to get things done. I honestly it started in college, just to learn how to like get the negative thoughts and how to control those and how to not let them basically take over your brain. And it's hard. I mean, in practice, like, I had to learn how to get your heart rate up. Like, it's okay to get your heart rate up, but then learn and practice how to bring it back down. Because then once those moments come in, like in a game situation, you're practicing it and you know how to handle it. So that was something that I had to learn even through college, because it's going to happen. The negative thoughts, the bad thoughts, or the doubts, the worries, everything's going to happen. But learning just how to control those was something I had to learn.
Okay, so let's talk about practical application here. You step up in the women's college World Series. What were you telling yourself in that moment?
First, I was thinking about how I was 0 for 4 and how I was this is the same situation I was in 2 innings before with the runner on second, and I needed to step up, and I was like, I'm putting the ball in play. And then that was before I stepped out of the dugout. I was like, I'm putting the ball in play to either get on base and get someone behind me to get on. Like, I was like, I'm putting the ball in play and let it figure it out. And then when I was on deck, I was just praying. Like, I was just praying to Jesus, just being with him, because there was no one else that would have put me in that moment but him. So I was just praying to him, allowing him to just let me play free. And then in the box, I was just like, all right, let's go. Like, let's just figure out a way to do this.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
This is why, like, relationships matter, right? Like, we've talked, like, the non-professional world, just about, you know, what we really are doing and how we do it. And, you know, people don't know, man, there's so many pieces go into these things. And, man, everybody who's been an ear, who's had your back, who validates the things that you say, as ridiculous as people may think I am. And, you know, when there's two people who were convicted in who we are, and I ask our players this all the time, just be convicted in who you are, and good things will happen to you when you don't fake it.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Jack DeLONGCHAMPS from D1 Baseball. Jack, how are we doing this morning?
Oh, my feet are in God's country, the Mecca, baby. Life is good. How could it not be when I'm in Omaha?
Oh, did the weather keep you up? You're going to get a little bit of that in the Midwest. Can you sleep in the rain? You good? Like, how were we?
Kind of like getting on an airplane. I'm asleep before we even start rolling back on the tarmac.
Really?
It didn't matter, like, what was happening outside. Yesterday was a long day. I was out pretty cold.
Our winds, man, no big deal.
What a blessed life to live. We're just like, I'm asleep and it's over. That's all we're doing.
Must be rough to be able to walk around at like 110 over 75 blood pressure, man. Just Operation Chill, huh? It's all good. It's baseball time. We're good.
Jack, I got to ask, because I heard that interview you had with Coach Meade from Troy, and we talked to him earlier this week,
Monday,
and we were both like enamored with him. Like, I had never spoken to him before, and just the way he came off, I was like, can we talk to this guy every week? Like, I don't care what's going on with Troy baseball.
Got a few headaches. I want to cry, not leave the house. I don't feel good. I want to complain.
Somebody call Coach Meade.
Yeah, like that's my guy. I don't even know what I'm paying my therapist for. I could just hit him up for free.
Well, it's funny you say that. Like, I think that's the difference between the good and the great coaches, right? Good coaches know the game. Great coaches know their people. And this guy is one of the most phenomenal relationship-based individuals I've ever been around. It's so genuine. It's so authentic. It's why he's had as much success as he's had. So all of the success that's rolling, you know, he in the Trojans way, as he puts it, it is no surprise, man. Like, he's just such a dialed-in human being. And to your point, like, he's got a bigger picture of what's happening. Like, the wins are great. Getting to Omaha is great. But, you know, how he's been able to change that community in as little time that he has is nothing short of remarkable, honestly.
One of the things that I appreciate about Coach Mead and coaches like him is I like it when people who do the things that I believe are important are successful in the tangible things as well, right? Like because you don't get to keep doing this if you lose. Like if you're at Troy and you're Coach Mead and you don't, like, you can be as relationship based as you want. If you don't win enough games, like, you got to go be relationship based somewhere else, right? And eventually you got to be relationship based in some other job, like some other field. How has he done it on the baseball side of things to get Troy to this point where they're crashing the party in Omaha?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'd say first and foremost, the last time he was here, he was 2 1/3 of scoreless innings as a pitcher, right, at Louisville. So every single stop along the way in his coaching journey, he's actually broken the single season strikeout record as a pitching coach, right? Now, as the head coach at Troy, he does the exact same thing. So it's always been predicated around like power arms, with power stuff, with great spin, with guys that control the zone, that are in and out. Like the ultimate like competitors on the mound is who he's going out to recruit. I think what you're seeing this year is right now they're hotter than a pistol at the plate. They've had some good bats in the past. Like, think about Brooks Bryant, an early draft guy. Shane Lewis was a first team All-American. Like, they've had some real studs. Cole Myers, like draft guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think offensively they're finding a deeper lineup than ever before. Pair that with their power arms, and it's why they've been able to make this magical run. So I think to bore you with a lot of analytics at home, I can nerd out on it pretty good, because it's all down to a science, to your point.
Let me ask you something, Jack. If we're talking about the field and coaching prowess, and everybody kind of has their own story, and I think it's odd considering his success. And I get it, right? Didn't end the regular season well with series in the SEC. I think Kansas was the darling in their series, but for whatever the reason, it seems like Skip Johnson is flying under the coaching radar here in Omaha. Seems like a dangerous dice game to play, but here we are, and the Sooners are kind of, oh, by the way. And I think it starts with Skip.
Yeah, to your point, I could make the same argument, like where OU, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma are, I don't know, and even Alabama too. Like, for whatever reason, maybe the SEC being as cannibalistic as it is, you're like, well, what do we have here? Skip and OU in particular. I even think that last year's team may have been even more talented. You got a first-round arm, got 3 guys on the weekend that are going to pitch professional baseball last year.
Really good behind the dish.
Yeah. Oh, man, how good was he last year? And now you're looking at this year's team, and it didn't necessarily have the star power that you probably had a year ago. It's just really consistent from top to bottom offensively. And now all of a sudden, like, they have found this power surge at the plate where they're just leaving the yard left and right. So, what do they say? Hungry dogs run fast, and they've been dogs in pretty much every series that they've played in. Especially down in Atlanta, taking on one of the more talented teams in Georgia Tech. So if you're just jumping on the Sooner bandwagon, to your point, I don't think it's still late, because it feels like there's still going to be dogs here in Omaha too.
Jack, this isn't a question we ask about baseball a lot, but I do think this is a thing that Omaha fans gravitate to when there's teams here. Who do you think is the most entertaining, might be the wrong word, but like engaging team here in Omaha that you think Omaha fans might kind of, like, locals might gravitate towards?
Yeah. And I think almost going back to OU, like, there's not like huge, big, flashy personality. Like, it's just a bunch of guys that love to play the game. And it does feel like sometimes in Omaha, like, the personality piece, the guys that are able to relate to, like, the kids in the stand, like, play well. Off the top of my head, that screams Georgia, right? With the sour power candies that, they're dangling on their butts. Out, like, these guys, to me, I've said it all year, Georgia, they kind of feel like Thanos, right? They're collecting Infinity Stones, boys. They've got their regular season SEC title. They got their postseason, a regional super. That's 4. Well, they're looking for their 5th and final Infinity Stone, and they're playing with this, like, moxie and swagger that it kind of feels like, for a team that hasn't been here since 2008, they're probably I think the odds-on betting favorite at this point in the game, and yet they still, you could put holes maybe in the pitching staff, and but you'd be damn near not to do it, because I think this town, like Daniel Jackson, who goes by the Rhino, that would be my guess as who DeClank gravitates towards, because there is a lot of really crazy fun personalities.
Yeah, I can't to watch. I joked about this a couple days ago when I saw the nighttime matchup for Saturday. If nothing else, the real entertainment will be when both of those teams, Texas and Georgia, approach the batter's box. Texas has the gamesmanship and the Nomar Garciaparra, Juan Soto up and down the lineup with how they get in the box, and then Georgia is going to talk to you the whole time while they're in the box. If nothing else, just when those guys swing the sticks, that'll be entertainment enough.
Yeah, that feels like LSU Arkansas a year ago, doesn't it, gents? Like where this is an opening round matchup, and it kind of feels like whoever wins game one's got a real shot to win it all, which sounds silly, but it's real. And Texas will throw Dylan Volantis, who might just well be like the first pitcher off the board in next year's MLB draft. He's an absolute unicorn. And this Georgia lineup is an anomaly itself. They're 11 to 12 guys, Georgia offensively, that could hit 300 plus in the SEC. Unfortunately, you can only play 9, and Wes has just got like a plethora of riches where you go, well, what do we do? They like to talk their talk, and to your point, right? Texas spearheaded by that two-headed beast in Tinney and Aiden Robbins. Yeah, it could be fireworks on and off the field for sure.
Let me ask you something. And I'm admittedly a Chapel Hill honk, right? I rock with Carolina. I think they have the best staff, maybe not the best collection of elite power arms, but the best pitching staff. Played in a tough conference. The ERA backs me up. I think they've got 3 in the top 50. How undervalued do you think the way they can take the bump versus the perception of all the other elite arm talent in the field?
That's a great way to look at it. It does feel like this is going to be one of their best chances ever to win it all because of the way that this thing formats out. If you got 2 guys who can grab the baseball, toe the rubber, and go, that's our horse. That guy, we feel really good winning every time that they, pitch in a ball game. Even looking back at their series at home against Georgia Tech's beating the brakes off of everybody, and all of a sudden,
the 6 was a bonus. I was like, oh, they kept the Jack.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And that's a win. And I think with that confidence that you have, and I'm obviously talking about Lynch and Jason DeCaro, that they piggyback on Fridays and Saturdays. Like, it's not even pitching off, and I think DeCaro could be the best pitcher left in the tournament right now. He and Volantis, to me, like 1A, 1B. Like, there are a lot of guys, but what DeCaro has done so far in the postseason is nuts, man. Physical as hell, big arm, great
constantly
spin.
challenging you.
Just like it's yeah, it's so much pressure for a guy with that much velo, and you're like, man, this seems really unfair, and wow, I'm really uncomfortable right now standing in this box. So yeah, I think to your point, it's twofold, and they're deep out of the pen. They probably got 3 or 4 guys they really trust out of the bullpen, which is rare too. So yeah, they're pretty nasty, right? You can get past Ole Miss, which not so fast, right? Lee Corso style. Hunter Elliott, who will pitch for Ole Miss. I think I saw a stat on Twitter, and forgive me for not remembering to give credit to whoever I saw post it, but I think Hunter Elliott's 8-0 in NCAA postseason play in his college baseball career. Yeah. Like, that's crazy as hell. So Elliott versus Lynch, game 1, Ole Miss, North Carolina. Whoever gets that win, North Carolina in particular, you get DeCaro in game 2. We all know how important it is to start 2-0 in this tournament if you want to go win a final. So they've put themselves in the driver's seat for sure, to your point, because the 2 guys that they'll hand the ball to.
Jack, there's obviously a really long history of just future MLB stars playing in the College World Series here in Omaha. If you had to, look into the future, get your crystal ball out and say, 5 to 10 years from now, who's the guy that Omaha will be talking about? Oh, I saw this guy play on the College World Series in 2026.
Oh, great question.
Because there's no teams level obvious answer this year, right?
Yeah, right. And that team had so many kids where you go, oh, I could see this. I go to probably one of the arms. Arms are safe. You know, God willing, I'm lucky enough to have a son one day. You almost want to like tie his hand behind his back and make him throw with his left.
Yeah.
Because you want your kid to pitch in the big leagues. The fastest way to do it is a left-handed pitcher. So to me, that screams Dylan Volantis. You know, his numbers are so freaky. Like, they don't make sense. He's letting go of the baseball boys at 7 feet in the air. Like, that's nuts. He was actually a stud water polo player growing up. So it's this like really unique athleticism. So off the top of my head, I would go Volantis. If you want a position player, Aiden Robbins of Texas screams Dylan Cruz to me. Carson Tinney's super physical. You look at that Georgia offense though too. How could you not? Daniel Jackson's going to win the Golden Spikes, in my opinion. It's really raw. It's really physical. And it's also really
30.
Yeah, I mean, he's the first catcher to ever do it. No one's ever done it.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah,
by the way,
it's a catcher and JD Drew. Like, that's it.
He's a really good catcher. Like, that's the other thing. Like, it's really, like, everyone's like, oh, it's just this big brute force guy. It's really good behind the plate. So, yeah, give me Volantis on the mound and Daniel Jackson behind the plate.
It's interesting. You talk about size and kind of being brutes. Fortunate to see Oregon get off the bus playing Nebraska. That's a big, strong, physical team. Saw Ole Miss. That's a big, strong, physical-looking team. When you're just looking at guys that you want to get off the bus, are you starting with Ole Miss?
Yeah, Judd Udemark might be first team all bar fight guy, right?
Well, he hit a ball in the supers that I think just landed. So it's like
he just hits everything directly up in the air. Like, it's just beautiful. Yeah, Udemark's got to be up there. You know, a name that I'm obsessed with, and I've known him for a long time because he actually played at my alma mater first before he portaled into North Carolina. Owen Hall's another sneaky pick.
Yeah, I like him.
Fielder. It's long, wiry, really raw strength. Like, I think he hit 7 homers last year in the A-10 at George Mason. This year, we obviously know what he's doing at the Bosch. He's gotten bigger. He's gotten stronger. I might have that guy coming off the bus first, too.
Jack, as you're looking at just, hey, who do I think has the best shot at winning this thing? Yeah, don't have to make a prediction, but if you're looking at, hey, maybe a finals matchup where you go, these are the most complete teams here in Omaha, who are you looking at?
Oh, I think they're happening Friday and Saturday night, right? I think Ole Miss, North Carolina, Texas, Georgia, whoever wins those first games, I just think are too deep and will face off in the finals. So whatever combination, like how good of a uni game would Texas, North Carolina be for a College World Series championship, right?
So,
like just aesthetically pleasing.
He's really good. Carolina.
Yeah, Georgia, Ole Miss, I could see for sure too. Y'all know me though. At this point, I need all the chaos. So give me Troy and Georgia, right? They had a midweek rematch from back in April where Troy actually went in and got Georgia.
Yeah, zero fear factor there if that were to be the case.
They don't care. Hey, they're playing with house money. They do not give a dang. Like, they're just out here having fun. And yeah, that'd be great. West Virginia would be such a fun story too, but. If you're asking me the most complete ball teams today, I'd probably go, such a cop-out answer. Whoever wins game 1 Friday, Saturday night. So I could see it being Georgia, Texas. I could see it being North Carolina. Feels like this could be their year, though.
Let me ask you something, Jack. Last one from me. Who's the best player where we would have to probably Google in Omaha?
Ooh, good question. Dude, I don't know if a lot of folks know. You guys had him on, but if your audience didn't see it, they need to go listen to it. I watched Jens. He was awesome. Troy and Skylar Meade. Hiding in their 8-hole right now is a young man by the name of Jabe Boroff. That's right. They call him the Great Jabe. Friends, they benched him most of the year. Like, it was a rocky season, a little bit tumultuous. He's raised his batting average like 84 points, And 90% of his home runs have come in the last 2 weeks. This guy is on a different planet.
He's on a heater. Yeah.
It's insane what he's doing. So, yeah, Jabe Boroff. You're not going to spell it right, I promise you. You can try when you Google it.
Jack, are you prepared for 30,000 people to be singing Country Roads at the Chuck?
Not a lot of folks know this. I've been very blessed to do the work that I've been doing. But in the spirit of not being neutral with you guys, my grandfather was the Mountaineer at West Virginia in 1962. So, yeah, to put lightly, I am ready to hear 30,000 singing country. Yeah.
We appreciate it. Great stuff as always. We're going to see a lot of you this week, whether it's on our social channels or I think we're doing some little pregame shows together.
You have your go-to pencil ready?
What are you talking about? What's that?
Pencil Talk Pod. There we go, baby. That's our guy.
Hey, this is a unique one. This is like for kindergartners. It's literally called My First Ticonderoga. It's like one of the fat ones.
That's a fatty.
That's what I'm saying. I got terrible handwriting, so it kind of bodes well for me too.
That almost looks like one of those pencil bats. Like that thing's pretty thick.
Yeah, my pencil bat always had a hole in it though. It was really weird.
Enjoy the stay, buddy. Looking forward to it.
Hey, really appreciate you guys having me on. Love what you guys are doing.
You got it.
That's Jack DeLongCHAMPS from D1 Baseball and Pencil Talk Pod. Make sure you follow him around. We'll have him on our channels a bunch this week as we partner up with D1 Baseball again for our CWS coverage. Let's take a quick break. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Hurrdat Sports Live. More coming up next.
If you're coming to Omaha for the Men's College World Series, here's some tips you need to know. All right, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. Gate 4 is the most underutilized gate at the College World Series. Maybe don't go to Gate 1 and Gate 2. Try Gate 4. It's a little bit further of a walk towards the outfield, but worth it because you don't have to wait as long. Charles Schwab Field is cashless, and there is a clear bag policy. Also note that your tickets will be mobile, so don't try and buy a paper ticket on the street. Also new this year, you can bring in a 20-ounce sealed water bottle, so you don't have to buy water inside the stadium. Pro tip, if you're a diehard fan, this is where the team buses will pull up right along 13th Street, and fans will line up to actually greet the teams before and after games. Omaha Baseball Village right here is one of the best places to check out during the Men's College World Series. Just to walk through, there's plenty of shops, vendors, food trucks, and more. Pro tip for bar hopping in Omaha, bring cash because you can get in the cash only lines, which are usually quicker, and also you'll need cash for covers. Another Omaha staple, Zesto ice cream. You gotta get this on a day at the ballpark, especially when it's really hot out. Omaha during the College World Series is truly a magical time. The people in Nebraska are so kind. You're about to experience Nebraska nice, so I will say tip your bartenders well, tip your servers well, and have fun.
One of the most iconic images from the College World Series here in Omaha is the Road to Omaha statue. It sits out in front of the stadium, Charles Schwab Stadium, and it actually started at Rosenblatt. It was originally dedicated in 1999 to commemorate the 50th year of Omaha hosting the event. It was commissioned and built and presented on June 7th, 1999 in front of Rosenblatt Stadium. And despite popular belief, it's not actually from a scene from a specific College World Series game. It's just meant to represent the competitiveness and the spirit of the College World Series, with 4 players at home plate celebrating with one lifted up in the air. In fact, rumor has it that artist John Leiba, who actually sculpted the statue, used the likeness of 4 University of Nebraska at Omaha players back in 1999 when they were a Division II school, and used their likenesses for the players on the statue. Either way, this is an iconic place where people gather every year around the College World Series to take pictures, not just fans, but teams as well. When the series moved from Rosenblatt to Charles Schwab Field, the sculpture moved with it, and it stands as an iconic landmark for the Men's College World Series in Omaha. Do you have a picture in front of one of Omaha's most iconic landmarks?
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by NextGen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. I got an interesting text message yesterday, DB.
Do tell.
It was from he's not even in here. Where did he go?
Who, Rico?
Yeah, I was going to tell a story about Rico, but fine. I guess we're
You scared him off by talking about
Forrest Gump.
I was going to say Jimmy the Greek, but yeah. Go ahead, carry on.
No, it's fine. We'll get to it when Rico comes back.
No, he's back. There he is.
Oh, there he is. So I got a text message from somebody in the Rico household, and they must have been KJ. They wanted me to know what the blankets in the house were going through. They wanted to know the trauma that was experienced. So they sent me a picture. Austin, can you put that picture up that I was sent of what's going on in the Rico household for the blankets? It's pretty bad. It's pretty rough out there. Yeah. So that's every blanket in the Rico house right now is just getting torn to shreds. He's like a
Rico. You have dogs?
He's like a Chihuahua that is just is going through teething or something. That's every blanket in their house. That's the best.
Like biting the blanket.
That's the best one left. That's the best one left.
That has to be doctored.
That's a real photo of a torn up blanket.
Rico, that doesn't even keep you warm.
That's not real, Damon.
That's like, Jiminy Christmas, Rico. I gotta see those.
I didn't bite any blankets last night.
I gotta see that dental work.
I heard he got into some pillows too. I heard he was getting into.
It
was bad. It was bad, man.
No, I actually have to apologize to my wife and children because when she brought them back from VBS, I was silent.
Which is Vacation Bible School for those of us at home.
Yeah, I was silent. I wasn't talking. The kids were trying to talk to me, and I was like, yeah.
Wait, that's awful late for VBS.
It ended at 8:15.
Oh, you guys a big VBS family? That's a surprise to me. Or are you just trying to get the free? You just trying to get the free childcare for a few hours?
No, we go to church.
Wow.
Oh, we have never talked about this before. That's
no reason to talk about Jesus with all you heathens.
I mean, if you went to church, you'd know that those are the people you're supposed to talk to Jesus about. But
of all people who should have been praying yesterday, probably should have been you, Rico.
I was. I was silent.
No one is safe.
And Rachel came back and she's like, I could cut the tension with a knife. She's like, do you know how hard it is to wash dishes silently? She's like, I didn't.
An absolute saint.
Oh no,
she's like
spirited.
She is. No, she's not. Stop saying that.
She is.
She's not.
Did you?
I don't even know her.
Even of the stories, I don't get that picture.
Yeah, you should hear them on the phone for 10 minutes.
You don't even know her.
She crushes him.
Well, I'm gonna
deserve it
without knowing her. Rico is like herding cats.
I deserve it.
Like you're squirrely.
She's
silly.
You sound like
She has 4 children.
You sound like you've got Stockholm syndrome. Like, I deserve it. No, I did this. I made this happen.
Yeah,
This is my fault.
Robbie, you know me.
And that's your boo from college too, right?
Yeah, we've been together for a minute.
She probably feels like she has a 4th kid.
Yeah, which is why she's mean-spirited.
You parents a lot of times because you care. I mean, he looks like he needs discipline.
He does.
Dude's all over the place.
He does need discipline. You saw the picture of his blankets. She's going to have to replace all those.
That would be
The
fantastic.
blankets are fine. But she's like, do you know how hard it is to wash dishes silently? She's like, I'm messing. She's making cookies. She's like, I messed up the cookies. She's like, I'm getting upset, but I can't get more upset because you're already upset. I was like, I'm sorry.
Is she a night baker?
Sometimes.
She's making them at night?
She was just shut up. She literally was just trying to keep herself busy because I was being a shithead.
You're not a like.
So Rico, just to recap for our podcast listeners. So
No,
just to
Austin.
recap, you're saying that you sent your wife to the kitchen during the basketball game?
Wow. And made her be silent? Wow.
I did not do that. She did it of her own volition.
Sure. Because she was afraid of you.
No. She loves it there. Trust me.
She's like, no, I love doing the dishes in the silence while you watch your basketball
Did you
game.
at least let her wear shoes?
I don't think she was wearing shoes.
I just got to ask the question.
I think she might have wear flip-flops.
Clearly, you guys aren't with child, right? You haven't made that announcement.
No, we haven't. We're not going to have a 4th one.
Okay.
Well, 5th one, including you.
Not until game 5.
I was going to say.
What's 10 months? What's 10 months from game 5?
Dude, that would be wild.
Nixon 4, just like the Rico family.
I'm just saying, Ogugua sounds like a great name.
That's my Knicks.
Look, if you're a Knicks fan and you don't have a child named Jalen, I think you're failing.
Well, I don't know.
Middle name Ananobi?
Yeah. Jalen Ananobi.
Wow.
Like hyphenate the middle name, Ananobi Towns.
At least the last name gets him not that far removed from the graduation line.
Alvarez Clary. Yeah.
Yeah. It's right there.
You should change your last name to Alvarado Clary. Then you just got all the bases covered.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Jalen Ananobi Towns.
Were you surprised?
Alvarado
Were you
Clary.
surprised the little 2-hand tackle didn't get more than a
That was hilarious because it looked like a grown up playing with their kid. And he just like the kid keeps getting like blocked or whatever, just gets upset.
Looks like he was going for a double leg.
He gave up pretty quickly though.
I'm like, that's not a basketball play.
Yeah, but it's not a flagrant.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
For whatever reason.
I'd like to just see you go into the reenactments of delivering elbows. There were several candidates from last night.
The cat.
Do you even know what a flagrant is anymore?
No, I don't.
It's kind of
Nobody does.
Pretty ambiguous now.
Like, again, this isn't a defending Wemby thing. I thought the foul on Brunson last game was more egregious than the elbow on Cat.
I did too.
Like he was.
I didn't.
That looked like a basketball move. Like he was trying to get his arm
when
out.
he was trying to clear. I didn't think that was going to be a flagrant.
I could call that a common foul. I'm fine with that. He made contact, but like he was trying to get his arm out.
I didn't.
Shoved Brunson. Like
I didn't think they were going to give that one a flagrant. The Mitchell Robinson one, I was like, yeah, obviously. Like that was stupid of him.
But like I'm like, okay, so the Brunson one's not a flagrant, but that is like he was like that was actually a basketball play. He's just shoving Brunson.
I agree.
Like in reality, if you're going to call that one a flagrant, the one before should be, and Wemby should be sitting out next game. I'm glad he's not. I don't want to see good basketball, but like that was not a flagrant. That was him just getting his arm out.
If the one on Cat's a flagrant 1, the one on Brunson's a flagrant 2.
If you're not calling Alvarado as a flagrant, which is not a basketball move, not a basketball move, then
it wasn't actually a bad form tackle. I'd like to see him drop his bum a little, but
T-Mac says would have never guessed Rico was a church guy.
that's got to be the wife's doing, right?
No.
Okay.
You wear like a cross, don't you? Most of the time. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do. I don't know.
I grew up Catholic. Now I'm just Christian.
I'm just saying, like,
But
it doesn't
you curse like a sailor.
A lot of sailors believe in God.
Jesus died for your sins, so you got to make it matter.
Also, not to go all theological here, I don't think swearing's a sin. Like, I don't think that's a problem. I think it's more just like a cultural thing, you know? Like the F word.
So where do you come out with the whole taming of the tongue and being two-edged?
I think that's about lifting people up versus bringing them down.
And cussing falls into their, like, how do you think?
However, I mean, you can cuss to lift somebody up.
You're my MFing man.
Yeah, like that's a positive.
MFer.
Yeah.
Sorry about the butt. Yeah, but it's kind of weird.
If you're a coach, it's fine.
I'm so sorry.
It's only weird if you acknowledge it.
I'm just saying, like, all right. I hope my mom.
I've been defending you.
I hope my mom's
with the wifey.
I hope my mom's not listening because we're gonna do this here for a second. You can bleep me if you need to.
Shout out Rose. She's like, oh my God, what's my heathen son gonna say?
I'm just saying, like, if I'm like, DB, you're the fucking best, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's uplifting. Like, that's a nice thing to say to somebody, even if it's, you know, a little aggressive. But if I'm like, Rico, you're a piece of shit, like, that's not uplifting.
I understand.
But arguably, the F word is worse than the S word, right? But yours was positive, his was negative. That's what I think the taming of the tongue thing means.
Oh,
my eyes are brown for a reason.
I wasn't gonna go there, man. I said it's an episode rating.
Wowzer.
Hey, for our podcast listeners, can you explain what just happened?
Yeah. So when you're posting podcast episodes, you have to mark whether or not it's clean, explicit, or unspecified. And so that was a screenshot that Austin put on the board there.
Oh God.
So
we got a lot of Kobe
like
lovers.
Mark says, this show effing rocks. That's positive. That's uplifting, not a sin.
Dylan Harper is fucking great at basketball.
Uplifting, incredible.
And also very annoying.
See, you didn't swear there, but that was tearing him down.
I did not.
Ironically, more sinful than the other
ones. You guys
ones.
will be just fine. Just keep hoping De'Aaron Fox.
Oh no, it's
where's the Knicks jersey?
Yeah, just keep hoping De'Aaron Fox keeps being De'Aaron Fox.
No, it's fine. And like I had my moments. I'm fine. We're over it. Up 3-1, going back down to San Antonio. Dylan Harper is so good at basketball.
Stop throwing stuff at people too. Like,
quit beating people up. Knock it off.
It's so stupid.
Quit beating people up.
Like, what's wrong with the fans?
Not cool. That didn't happen in San Antonio. Quit beating people up.
I wish I could tell them to stop.
Talk to your boys. Go get your boys. Go tell them.
I don't know them.
You don't know them personally?
I don't.
You guys don't have like a Knicks group chat?
No.
Oh, okay.
Me and Olivia Benson are in a group chat, but.
Yeah, you and your fans. That's awesome. How do you like having to embrace the Swifties? Is that pretty cool for you?
It's weird. You know why she was there?
Because she's a lifelong Knicks fan.
That's where she's getting married.
I
That's
know.
also not true.
Know. That's the rumor.
It's gonna be at MSG.
I saw
you
that.
You guys are so dumb. Come on.
Oh, are you a Swiftie, Austin?
Yeah. Look at me. I wear Taylor Swift shirts all the time on the show. No one seems to care. No one notices me. Everyone just talks about me. No one ever notices me.
He screams Swiftie more than Rico screams church guy. I'll give you that.
I don't know why
He's gonna ham.
Why is it so surprising?
Right.
I'm sorry I go to church. Like, what do you want from me?
No, you just strike me as the godless type.
Wow. Just say you're sending your kids to VBS because you want them to be better than you. That's all.
I just want my children's souls to be saved.
I am pretty impressed with VBS going so late, though.
I don't think that's not impressive. That's a terrible idea. What are you doing? What are you going to 8:15 for? This kids need to be in bed.
It starts at 6.
Why?
I don't know.
So, Ravi, most adult jobs get out at like 5, so it's probably for kids to be able to be dropped off by their parents.
Kobe's a super solid Christian. I don't even know why I would want to spend time with this guy.
I mean, he sounds like a lot of them that I know.
No.
Wow.
Goodness.
No, I'm just saying you could do like a little 5:30 to 7:30.
We can't really bold that one.
Yeah, I don't. We should keep that one off the screen.
Dude. Kobe, this sounds weird. I'm gonna have to seriously spend some time with him.
Yeah,
I gotta know.
You just gotta figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta profile him.
Listen, I think about it at least 3 times a week.
You're like, what is this? What's up with this guy?
I gotta know. I have to know. I don't know what it is. I have to know. I want the voice. I want everything.
I am fascinated.
I want to see him go to work for his dad. That's what I want to see.
I want to see him sell a Tacoma.
Well, he's doing a training. Did I read that right last week? He's out of. He said he's going to be out of town somewhere, and he's got I think it's a training.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, how?
What do you mean?
I have to know.
How do you think he is as a teacher?
I've been captivated almost from day one.
I would love to see him.
That's the first dude I offered to break bread with. I said I'd go get Chinese with Kobe before I said I'd go see Jack.
I'd like to see him sell a Tacoma. I just want to see the process. You can buy his effing truck or not.
Get out of that damn Subaru before I talk reckless about you.
That Subaru makes you look like a Swiftie. Get out of there. What are you doing?
Dude, honestly, if I went to go buy a car and the dude selling me the car started talking to me that way, I'd probably buy the car.
You're like, you know what?
Oh, the training was last week.
Sold.
His training was last week.
Do you
I
think-
knew I read that.
Do you think he does the write-ups all in caps?
He's filling out the paperwork.
God, was it for HR? That'd be funny.
$450 per month.
Why is the paper so big?
Well, he's got to be all caps, so he's got to be big paper, you know? He's got Jack's pencil, and he's like, per month.
Oh. I don't know what it is. I'm a glutton.
No, it's fine. It's good. You know, I need a little variety in your life.
I would say this, truth be told, if I was at home today, I would be on the smoker even in the rain.
Well, you'd be in the yard now.
Just get that stuff off my grass.
You sound like solder, man.
It's so pretty and green.
Like I can't have the slip and slide in the yard.
Oh, that'll never happen. I'm totally that dude. I feel awful.
Dude,
I'd rather pay for a pool membership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, we did like a slip and slide party, and
that's in high school?
Yeah. It was fun. There's some things going on. I wouldn't worry about it. I will say the person whose house it was, their parents weren't thrilled about the results.
Yeah, big kids just smashing grass.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of grass left after that.
Yeah, I'd lose my mind.
That was a ask forgiveness, not permission situation.
Spoiled.
Nah, that's fine.
Probably somebody with a nice big yard, a lot of green grass.
With a lot of green grass, you know.
One of your rich friends.
All the stories you tell, and you're wondering, you're surprised I'm a God guy.
Well, he self-admittedly is out for a reason, like, right? Like,
not on God, just more like the church.
This dude went to school
to be a preacher.
Yeah.
It's how I'm pretty confident on what's a sin and what's not. And when people have actually read the Bible and who haven't, it's very much, you know, it's actually a lot like what we do. Like we put these clips out on social media and you can tell who just watched the clip and who didn't actually watch the show. Like that's my entire experience.
We don't put the clips out. Those yahoos do.
That's
then
like,
he gets us in hot water.
That's like my entire experience. It's like that verse in your bio. Is that the only one you've read?
Oh gosh.
I need you to read the rest of it.
Here goes KJ. Oh,
KJ, there's some pretty good arguments there that I would I'd be happy to entertain in the Discord. I'm not going to derail the whole show with my thoughts
dude,
on.
He owns the Discord.
I'm not going to disrupt the show on my thoughts on whether or not hell exists. But
you're by Alex,
huh?
So you know who's kind of funny?
Who
is it? Phantom
Husker?
No, in the Discord.
Oh, I'll check real quick.
Like phantasmism or whatever.
Yeah, he's low key funny.
He says, if God cared about people, why would he give the Knicks a championship?
Dude, that fan base is going to
because Rico goes to church. Apparently, that's what
that
we
fan
figured
base
out.
is going to be incredible.
You're welcome, New York. Also, the Pope is a Knicks fan.
Yeah, Fat Nasty. That's it. That's it.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, kind of funny.
Big fat nasty guy, huh?
No, just funny.
Oh, okay.
I do one good thing about the Discord. I like how it's labeled.
Oh yeah.
Like I can easily.
You know who did that?
Sasha.
I did.
Did you?
I created all the categories.
General chat, food, football.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Good for you.
I was trying to help out. Every once in a while I try and be helpful and not just destructive.
I'm pretty destructive.
I got to balance it out a little bit.
You still got the butt tap though. But I've coached a lot of bad kids.
Yeah. I'm not naming names. I'm just saying percentage-wise, that's your due.
Hey, how about, speaking of due, how about Nebraska getting my guy?
On body?
Yeah.
On body, yada, 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 yada. Nope.
Listen.
Do it again.
Nope.
Do the roar. Do the roar.
No, that's big.
Do the roar.
You big Shrek guy?
I love you, Daddy.
Wow. It's not something I need to hear from Rico today.
Okay.
No, that's a big pickup. I was expecting it. We had talked to our guy Tim. He felt pretty good about on body.
Are we feeling better about the D-line room at all?
All of a sudden, you got 3 commits in the last week. I think you have to feel between DeMontignac, who's a big dude. You got Mo as the edge, and then you got Umbody yesterday.
And you quietly already had Travers in the fold.
Yeah, Travers in the fold already. All of a sudden, you're at 4 for this class.
Don't forget Behrman is there this
year already, who was a late pickup. That was, again, a good 4-star pickup as well, who is a big boy. I feel pretty good about it, but I also liked their D-line talent before. Now they needed to continue in the class. We talked about this, where I think more than any other positions, the lines are the place you have to stay dialed in high school, right? You can get quarterbacks in the transfer portal. You can get, wide receivers, you can obviously get in the transfer portal. Running back, like almost everywhere else. But A, there's just not that many good linemen in the transfer portal. And B, the price tags are exorbitant, even worse than quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You can get a good quarterback for what is still a relatively reasonable price. You're not going to the top of the market, but whether it was like Minchie from Notre Dame or Calandria, like you're getting a guy for like,
I agree, Todd, by the way.
What did Todd say?
He's got really good film.
I like DeMontignac a lot. Like he seems like a 4-star to me from what I've seen. I'm not gonna pretend like I've watched all of his games, but like I saw some highlights. I was like, he feels like he looks like a 4-star looks to me.
I just like the fact that I can see how they're gonna work with Corey Brown's temperament.
Yeah.
Like that's a coach I've paid probably an unusual amount of attention to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
because I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone without having to go very far, because the edge guys stay so close to them.
Yeah.
So I get to watch he and Coach Manning almost at the same time.
I think Coach Manning is fascinating. I'd like to talk to him at some point.
God, he seems bright.
I think that he would be a really good interview.
At least, now this is probably only 50 minutes of total time. 5 here, 10 here. Seems pretty like a pretty higher level thinker.
Yeah. Like I'd love to talk to Coach Manning, the other Coach Manning.
Yeah, we got this.
Football Coach Manning. We talk to wrestling Coach Manning all the time, which I'm always happy to talk to him as well. But I think the reason I'm fascinated by Corey Brown is that's the position group I thought underperformed the most last year.
Yeah.
Because
relative to what the room was,
I think their talent was.
Yeah.
Right. I still think that's a talented room. I think that's a good room. I like Jashir Whittington a lot. I'm fascinated what he's going to look like. I think getting defensive linemen from Pitt is always a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of Owen Stoudemire yet. I'm not sure there, but I do think Whittington's good, and I think he adds to a room. like, what do you get from Williams Winery if he's well coached? Right? Like, what do you get from Cam Lenhart if he's
the
well
cool
coached?
thing about the cool thing about Winery is he's had to have some hard conversations. Like he's been challenged by, I think, the staff, and up to this point, he's responded.
Yeah, which is a huge positive.
Yeah,
and that
talking with Coach, like some of the things that he's actually, and I even said, I said, so these are real. This is what you've actually said to him. And he's like, yeah, these are the kinds of things that we talk about. Like at some point, it has to be like this. And so that got my attention this spring. I was like, all right, let's.
Especially if he responds well to it, right?
Yeah, because remember, I told you about watching them all year last year's. Very intense and kind of up and down.
Yeah.
So I think managing that. Remember, I always talk about managing and controlling the room. Like those are the little things that I'm talking about.
And I think, it's going to be really interesting with Winery specifically because we talked about, I can't remember who this was with. It's probably come up more than once. It might have been with Rule, actually, about coaching really talented guys hard, right? We have a tendency, and not just at Nebraska, I think it happens a ton at the high school level, but across sports and across levels where you get a guy where Winery's obviously super talented, right? He was a 5-star for a reason. The talent jumps off the page with Winery, physically, athletically, the whole thing. But that's a guy that we've seen in previous iterations not get coached hard enough to actually get what you need to out of him. You're like, oh, we don't want him to leave. And it's like, well, there's kind of this philosophy that I subscribe to where it's, hey, if you're not getting what you need out of that guy anyway, then what's the harm if he leaves? Right? Like I used to tell guys when we were coaching basketball or whatever, where like, hey, if you don't like, why are you playing tight? We're not winning that way anyway. So you might as well play loose and just see what happens. You're already losing.
I mean, I get that linear line of thinking. It's just very hard sometimes in the moment.
Sure.
To make the correlation of what the practicality of what you're saying.
I've made the mistake. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I haven't, right? Like, but it's the same thing with whether it's coaching or like dealing with people in an office setting or whatever. If you can't coach talented people hard, you're never going to get what you need out of them anyway.
Right.
And I get in the macro, that's much easier to say than like when you're in the moment, but that's sort of how you have to operate. Otherwise, things are going to get away from you. We've heard previous coaches talk about that. I mean, you've talked to, that's one of the things that it's one of the only things that you've said about Frost that I'm like, yeah, I actually appreciate that. Where he's like, yeah, it got away from me because I was chasing talented guys. Yeah. And then I don't think he had either the resources or the temperament to coach them the way they need to be coached, considering what their personalities were. Like, that's the most self-aware thing I've ever heard from him, even secondhand.
And it was unsolicited too. So
yeah, like he's aware. Like it actually made me feel better that he was somewhat aware of the situation.
Yeah, and I think and I won't harp on it, but I do think it needs context too. When I think the COVID year and transitioning from that recruiting class, I think he had some pretty good players, but then having those guys have to stick around during COVID and that be in Lincoln, without being able to like be active
do anything,
and play was
it's tough.
Was really, especially when
I mean, we saw Coach Rule talk about the same thing in Carolina with the COVID stuff, where it just wasn't.
And so one of the things I think that he's learned from that is to double down on what he already likes, and is to know the difference between a house and a home. Where the goal is, if you're going to be in the long, if you're going to be in the long game of developing guys, because I think it's interesting, and we talk about development or lack thereof for a staff that's going into year 4, and we're very critical of it. Like, well, we're not developing. And I think we either look at postseason awards or
draft picks.
Yeah. And I think you have to start. This is just what I think is objective. So whether I like a guy or not, whether I hang out with him or not, I start with just the basic premise of, am I better after I left you? That's where I think the development conversation has to start. And I think whether I talk to guys, even for people that were maligned, like Donnie, right? Ask Spindler about his time in Nebraska versus Notre Dame in terms of his development as a player.
A place where, by the way, people are very high on their offensive line development.
They're
going to have a good offensive line again. Yeah.
Yeah. Or,
I mean, the one I go to always is Ben Hart,
Emmett Johnson, or Ben Hart, or even guys that leave like
Ty
Dowdell.
Yeah. Better when he left.
Significantly better.
Yeah. Borkcher.
100%.
Right.
Right. So
there's a lot of guys.
So
that
I
fit
am.
that.
I am a little.
Sierra Wright's a great example.
I have to take it with a grain of salt when people talk about lack of development, because they're using it all encompassing in terms of whether you're getting drafted. But I mean, go tell Reimer that he's not better when he left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at guys that get signed or that make rosters, or and also like part of the
is it where they want it to be? No.
But it's better.
The sweeping indictments, it's just fascinating because I'm not sure we're talking about the same thing.
I would agree, and I brought this up. I think it was a few months ago, because whenever development comes up, it usually comes back to Iowa, right? That's whenever the word development gets mentioned. It's like, well, look at Iowa.
Yeah.
Kirk Ferentz is in year 20.
It used to be Wisconsin.
Kirk Ferentz is in year 27.
Yeah.
Right. So, what did it look like? How many guys was Iowa getting drafted in year 3 after year 3? Like, let's go, if you want to go back, let's go see what they were getting drafted after year 3 and then have a conversation, because we're talking about totally different. It's like if you're going on like a fitness transformation journey and
I tell you, I lose 12 pounds versus
like I'm down like 50 basically from 2 years ago. Right. There's some of those pictures are not flattering that they still use, but it's okay. But yeah, like it's different from me. I've been, using, the GLP-1s and stuff and like the peptides and stuff at NextGen for a while now. And if somebody starts them 2 months ago, like they're not going to have the same results that I have.
Yeah.
Right. So the context of timing matters a lot there. Right. And we just seem to skip over that part when we're talking about development, because nobody was really getting developed well at Nebraska before that. I think for the most part, I think we can say that with some level of confidence, and the draft picks and the signings and things like that reflect that reality. But I also think you can look at it and just say the draft picks are not reflective of the progress. They might be in 2 or 3 more years, and I would expect them to be. And if in 2 or 3 more years we're having the same conversation, I'm going to feel differently about it, right? But if you're in year 5, when you've got the process and you got the right coaching staff in place and all of that, and you're still not getting some of the results in terms of tangible progress and things.
I agree, Corn Raider. I agree.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely.
You win more games, and you start to get not just the benefit of the doubt, but you get more eyeballs.
If Indiana goes 7-5 the last 2 years instead of what they went, we're talking about a dramatically different number of draft picks, right?
Yeah.
Right. If Nebraska in the 90s is going 9-3 instead of 12-0, dramatically different number of draft picks, right?
100%.
Especially like day 3, when there's not a ton of separation. We do this a lot with recruiting. We were just talking about DeMontagnac being a 3-star versus Ambati being a 4-star and things like that. We do this a lot with recruiting, and I think we do it a lot with the NFL draft too, that we don't necessarily acknowledge. The difference between like a 5th round pick and an undrafted free agent isn't large. Right? Like that. There's not.
I agree.
There's a lot of guys that once you get to about round 5 will actively have their agents call people, tell them not to draft them so they can choose where they get to go. Right? Because the money's not that much different. The talent's not that much different.
And to that point, late round draft picks make rosters a lot more now.
Yeah.
Right. So undrafted guys will make rosters just because you need the value. You
need guys
depth.
that aren't going to cost a lot, because you're not paying a 10-year veteran $8 million a year. You're paying an undrafted free agent $800,000 a year.
Yep.
And if you're going to pay your quarterback, and basically every quarterback in the league that's a starter makes $40 million a year now.
I know you love that.
It's my favorite thing in the world. And wide receivers too. Wide receivers drive me crazy. Like, you know how many good wide receivers there are?
Yeah.
And we're just paying these guys $40 million for guys that aren't like, yes, the elite of the elite, cool. But if you're going to pay wide receivers that amount of money, you got to find value somewhere else. And it can't just be at not paying running backs. You got to find it everywhere else on your roster if you've got a quarterback and a wide receiver making a $90 million combined.
What do you make of guys like coming in late, like either, Justin Lindsay or, Caleb Green's going to come in from Missouri at the linebacking spot? Like, buzz, this is good. I want to see what's going. They clearly don't burn bridges in the recruiting process.
Yeah.
Matthew Gregory is most likely, in my opinion, going to be in.
I would agree.
Just the momentum, or is that part of what we're talking about when you're talking about overall overarching development, right? Because it has to start. I think you got on this maybe a week or two ago about enjoying the place.
Yeah.
That you have to function at.
Absolutely. And I think that goes to the house versus home thing you were talking about with Rule. That Rule talked about a couple years ago, right? It was during the player weekend.
Official visit.
Yeah, it was Caleb's OV, right?
It was an OV, yeah.
It was like I think there's a level of, and some people call it relational, some like you've called Nebraska like Disneyland before, right? Like it's easy to get distracted by all the bells and whistles and things like that.
Yep.
And that to me is different than enjoying being at a place. Because there's a lot of places that have all the bells and whistles that I could be miserable at, right? Like there's a lot of places that have the amenities and whatever. But I actually think when we're talking about enjoying being at a place, we're more talking about relational things.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because that was my whole big thing about just getting a couple of different. I said, hey, I like the infrastructure. Right?
Just get a couple of pieces right.
Got to get a couple of different pieces in the building.
And I think, again, this is a really good example of why a lot of the guys that came from the NFL aren't on staff anymore. I think it's a different relational dynamic in the NFL versus college, even if you're a good coach, right? Like, even if like you're technically sound, like obviously John Butler has some level of aptitude as a coach, right?
He's extremely bright.
Extremely bright, has been successful coaching defensive backs for a really long time in the NFL. Like there's no... Like, I can't sit here and be like, oh, John Butler sucks. Like, that's not a thing. Did he relate well enough to the players in order for that to be successful here? I don't think so. That's probably where the miss was. You brought it up with Bill Callahan before. Football genius. I like unequivocally, I think football genius, like borderline savant. And I mean that in both,
I was captivated.
I mean that in both the positive and negative way of the word savant. Like the football stuff was on lock.
Yeah,
he
did our high school coaches clinic. This was so long ago. DJ's has since moved locations. It's not even over there anymore. And we sat in that room.
Over at Miracle?
Yeah, and then I'm like, I'm going to definitely be going down to – he wasn't as open-doory with practice and stuff, but just watching how he taught and worked, I'm like, God, this could – It could work. There just was that.
It was closer to working than not working, I think.
Yeah, there was just this missing component of it would be really hard on him now, especially with social media and people actually having like emotional problems. Like that just wasn't.
No, he would have had to have had his entire staff basically try to cover that blind spot for him.
Yeah,
and I don't know that he understood that, not coming from college.
Doty. What about Princewell?
I think a guy that was better when he left than when he got here. I think that was the example.
So do you remember my thing on Princewell?
Wasn't sure about the rigor.
Yep. I said he's the most naturally gifted guy of the bunch.
Yeah.
Remember? Like he could do things and it would be like, oh, by the way. And I'm like, this flipping dude is
hyper talented,
is super gifted.
Yeah.
I just didn't think he enjoyed doing things over and over and over again. He was the best natural pass rusher I had seen. And this isn't revisionist history.
No, we had this conversation.
And even when he got off to the slow start after the transfer, I was like, man, he's going to let all that
just
go away. And then all of a sudden,
turned it on.
It's like he got it.
Yeah.
But
the switch flipped.
He could do things in his sleep. I was like, that's pretty wild.
And I think that's an example of a guy that was better when he left than when he got here.
Yeah.
But
was asked to do a lot of hard things too.
Well, and I think that's an example of, and I'll give Principal credit here, because there's some guys that are asked to do hard things one place. They don't really get it. They go to the next place because they don't think it's going to be the same. They're asked to do hard things again. They still don't get it. And those are the guys you see end up being at 3 or 4 different schools that are super highly touted and never really figure it out.
Quietly, Jeremy, that's, again, we don't talk about it a ton, but he's 100% right. Well, I talk about being in elite level what?
Condition.
Yep. And when you're in elite level shape, you can do those things every single day.
Well, because it's not taxing mentally in the same way when physically
and
you're
I
not
think from our
struggling.
perspective, like 98% of the people that Jeremy would be with, I think take it for granted.
Yeah.
But it's not that way.
I think there's an argument to be made here about, and we talked about this last week of like,
for those of you that can't see what Jeremy said, he said in those drills that help those positions out on that football team, but they're drills is what he's talking about. Yeah, like you can do the rigor, but he said, but it really comes down to conditioning.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago when we were talking about like big picture mental toughness versus
like the macro versus the micro, and needing to have gone through it.
Yes.
So you can draw on it versus
guys that are just built that way for the moment. But to Jeremy's point, I do think there's a lot of people who think they're in good shape or think they're in good condition until they realize they're not. Like until it comes to like nut cutting time and they're like, "Oh, I'm gassed here." 94 Miami is a great example of this. You think any one of those guys on their team thought they were in bad shape?
Oh, I know. Until
they were in bad shape.
Until you get a different, you don't know until you know.
Right? Like I guarantee you, like Ray Lewis, Warren Sapp, you have the famous video of Warren Sapp sucking air on the sideline. I guarantee you, everybody on that team thought they were in elite level shape, right? Yeah. You don't go out there and do what they did if you don't think you're in elite level shape.
Yeah.
But when you come up against something and all of a sudden your elite level shape that you thought you were in is cracking in the foundation, guess what goes immediately in that moment?
Yeah.
Your mental toughness.
You know who's really good at that in the league?
Who?
Is Bielema.
Oh.
Had it at Washington. He's a little maligned when he went to the SEC. In Illinois.
Or Wisconsin, you mean? You said Washington?
Yeah, I meant Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Then even the pit stop, we think is a lot worse than it
was
really
better
was.
than we remember. He had 2 winning seasons down there. Arkansas was a really hard job.
And
then he came back to Illinois and did the exact same thing.
Really in really good shape.
Yeah.
Like their fitness is,
and they're physical.
Yeah.
Like they are in elite level fitness playing in a really difficult style.
That's what got my attention when Wisconsin whipped them last year. And I was like, fudge.
Yeah.
Is this first half UCLA, Wisconsin or second half UCLA, Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I kind of like Wisconsin flying under the radar this year.
Yeah.
My UCLA thing is not going to be a hot take because I'm beginning to see a lot of people like UCLA now.
People are high on them.
So I may have to
pivot.
Go the other way.
Yeah, take the exit ramp on old
UCLA.
because
you can't sneak up on everybody
if everybody
sees you coming.
Yeah. I think Wisconsin has a much better chance of sneaking up on everybody than UCLA does.
Yeah.
People are kind of enamored with Chesney right now and what he's put together.
And UCLA's recruiting.
Yeah.
Like
he's put together he's put together a pretty good roster.
God, I hope it's at SC's expense.
I would love that. That'd be terrific. Although you're a big USC fan, so what are we talking about here?
Oh, I could easily be swayed.
Let's go take a quick break. Brian Edwards coming up next from Major Wager. We'll talk a little Wisconsin actually coming up next here as we look at some futures.
Did he get the Iowa 2 thing, Shane?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk some futures in the Big Ten with B. Edwards coming up next. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Much as I know you're getting questions about the physical side of things, I think we all know that the mental side of the game has become so large. For you, how did you learn to take care of the mental side so you could be the athlete that you want to be?
I think it honestly really started first, like I grew up playing a lot of sports, and that really helped with like managing time and like learning how to just kind of get everything in order, like mentally when I needed to figure out to get things done. I honestly it started in college just to learn how to like get the negative thoughts and how to control those and how to not let them basically take over your brain. And it's hard. I mean, in practice, like I had to learn how to get your heart rate up. Like it's okay to get your heart rate up, but then learn and practice how to bring it back down. Because then once those moments come in, like in a game situation, you're practicing it and you know how to handle it. So that was something that I had to learn even through college, because it's going to happen. The negative thoughts, the bad thoughts, or the doubts, the worries, everything's going to happen. But learning just how to control those was something I had to learn.
Okay, so let's talk about practical application here. You step up in the Women's College World Series. What were you telling yourself in that moment?
First I was thinking about how I was 0 for 4 and how I was this is the same situation I was in 2 innings before with the runner on second, and I needed to step up, and I was like, I'm putting the ball in play. And then that was before I stepped out of the dugout. I was like, I'm putting the ball in play to either get on base and get someone behind me to get on. Like I was like, I'm putting the ball in play and let it figure it out. And then when I was on deck, I was just praying. Like I was just praying to Jesus, just being with him, because there was no one else that would have put me in that moment but him. So I was just praying to him, allowing him to just let me play free. And then in the box, I was just like, all right, let's go. Like, let's just figure out a way to do this.
If you're coming to Omaha for the Men's College World Series, Rocco's is the bar to get your Jello shots. This is an iconic place, and it's just steps away from the ballpark. The Rocco's Jello Shot Challenge was born in 2019 and has become a viral sensation since. It's $5 for a Jello shot that counts towards one tally for one of the 8 teams, and there's a whiteboard that gets updated 3 times a day to show those rankings. And the best part is that some of the proceeds go to Omaha food banks and that school's food bank. Rocco's has donated over $500,000 to charity. The shot record was set in 2023 with 68,888 shots purchased by LSU fans, and of course, Raising Cane CEO Todd Graves spent $30,000 to help set that all-time record. We'll see if any fan bases can touch that this year, but regardless, Rocco's is a must-stop for a Jello shot. Which fan base do you think will show out the best in Omaha?
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Brian Edwards from Major Wager. B, what's going on, bud?
Good morning, fellas. What's happening?
But you're looking awful young today, man. You feeling pretty energetic?
He must have got the
cashed
Knicks,
in on.
You know, it's got the Knicks money line at halftime or something.
Well, are you leaning out? Are you doing something?
I have to admit, I've showered this morning. I haven't always showered, you know.
You're like, yeah, just basic hygiene, DB. Let's not go over.
Sometimes I just throw a little water in the hair and kind of. No, I've actually showered this morning.
You look good. You look good. You were watching the Knicks Spurs. I joked because Rico's a huge Knicks fan. I said, must be rough watching the Knicks play the Spurs 6-on-4, considering Fox is still wearing a Knicks jersey.
I mean, they missed 12 threes in the second half with more than 10 seconds left on the shot clock. I mean, they just played so dumb.
It was. How about the step back threes? Like those were awesome, right? Or like pick and rolls where you just throw the ball to no one.
I mean, you saw it coming. You could just sense it. They were. Look, I'm not into the the don't play to win when you got a big lead. But come on, I mean, you can chew up a little more shot clock here and there, and it's not like they were getting good looks when they were shooting it quick anyway. It was wild.
B, this is I know you're a Hawks fan, right? So you'll appreciate this reference. It's like when it's like the entire team had Josh Smith syndrome, where he'd make
Right?
and then he'd be like, "Oh, I'm that guy. Let's let this thing fly." And then he ends up he starts 2 for 2 and he ends up 3 for 11. And you're like, "What the hell, man?" It's like that was the entire Spurs team yesterday, just taking terrible shots.
That's an outstanding comp. Go ahead, Damon.
What about when OG blocked Fox's shot, there was 7 seconds left on the game clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? If you just dribble it out, that's 3 more seconds, right?
Minimum.
Because there's only 2 Knicks guys down the court.
And you have to imagine Fox is faster than both of them. And if they think he's going up and then he peels out, you're minimum 3 seconds. That thing's a wrap.
I didn't.
Idiotic.
I didn't get any of that.
And maybe you've got somebody trailing coming across half court when they come to foul you. Maybe you can even get rid of a pass and bleed more clock. I mean, it was
the Spurs played so silly. We don't even care that they didn't call the over and back. I
didn't think it was.
Right?
I didn't think the ball came over.
It was really, 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 really close.
You were over. I didn't think the ball ever came over with it.
Oh boy!
What was Alvarado thinking?
He wasn't, and
right.
he got bailed out, which is
by again Fox foul.
Yeah, it's what are we?
Yeah, that's a good point though. That that's not even a storyline because of how stupid the Spurs were.
Yeah,
and then why does Fox bring the double? I mean, you've got Wemby and his length on Brunson. Him leaving Anunoby gave Anunoby, he wasn't boxed out, had a free run to the lane for the tip in. I mean, Fox played so freaking stupid. Unbelievable.
It's like this. And on the heels of Sorsby, I don't want to make light of anything. So I didn't even joke about it because I don't think, Fox was legit playing for the other team. That's how people get so frustrated with outcomes.
If somebody was betting against themselves, it'd look a lot like that. I'm just,
it's pretty bad.
Hey, at least for San Antonio backers, as long as you didn't take the money line, and at least you didn't have an all-timer of a bad beat.
What that close? Was it 2?
1.5 or 2, depending on the book.
Yeah. Really?
So you still covered if you took it.
What was the total yesterday, B? I'm assuming right around
216.5, man. Bad beat for the over, man. Oh God, what was it? I mean, what did San Antonio have at halftime? 76?
Yeah. So I looked at the live line at probably
the over under or the
4 minutes into the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
About 230s, mid 230s.
It was 234.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was 234.
Did you happen to see what the Knicks money line was?
No,
I didn't either. I'm curious.
I didn't either.
I literally
probably minus 140, maybe.
No, I mean at halftime.
Oh
no,
like the big.
I think.
Oh man,
Pre-game it was minus 135, but I mean, Ravi's talking about what was the biggest money line live when they were down 29, and who the heck knows?
I told my buddy, I go, hey, because and this is why I was so mad at Rico about bitching about being down, is I was like, they've done this 4 times. I literally told my buddy, I was like, hey, you should think about the Knicks on the money line at halftime.
Oh,
just throw 50 on it. Who cares? A little flyer, because you would have made a ton of money.
Ooh. It had to be at least a couple grand.
I hope he did. I haven't asked him yet this morning.
See, my accounts, if it's that big of rich of a money line payout, my accounts won't offer it. So,
do they not know who you are? You should get. I mean, come on. Hey, speaking of odds, and we're a little early on this, but if you're looking at the White House card,
kind
of disappointing with all the huge faves.
Right. Well, there's only 2 tightly lined fights. What, Pereira and Gons? I'm trying to get to it. Where's mine?
It's not super competitive, even as star-studded as it is. paper, but it's as we've seen it. I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the other one somewhat tightly lined is Lopez against Garcia. He's down to minus 144 at Polymarket, but minus like 155 to 165 everywhere else. And then Pereira gone is pick 'em. But yeah, everybody else is like at least a minus 300 favorite. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like the card. Thank goodness they added Black Beast and Hokit.
And that was kind of, oh, by the way, right?
Oh, that was Trump. Trump did all that.
And Hokit is still 4-1, which is nuts for a guy that gets hit that much.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Blades is not known for a stand-up, and Blades was just teeing off on him. So, but Lewis has got a lot more power. You know, I love the Black Beast. I got to throw a little bit on him at plus 310 at FanDuel and Caesars, plus 325 at Bet Rivers, you know, just for fun. But I mean, I think he's got a pretty good shot.
Do you agree with Dana that if Pereira beats Gahn that he gets GOAT status?
No, I mean, like, I think he's just saying that to hype up the fight, you know, just being a promoter.
Been on record that it's John Jones and everybody else.
Right. I mean, he's just saying that to promote the fight, I think. I mean, it would be the only time ever three-time, you know, three-division champion. But, I mean, Jones has never tasted defeat, so.
And what do you think about Holloway and McGregor?
I mean, I wish Holloway was cheaper because, I mean, if McGregor shows up, I mean, I've been saying for years, I don't think he'll ever fight again. He's booked again. Well,
been living in the gym. He's living in the gym, which was funny because he said I can sleep in the garage, but that doesn't make me a car. Was that? I think Anthony somebody said that, and I thought it was pretty fun.
I love that I'm in the best shape of my life, guys. Those are my favorite.
Oh, please. Come on. Come on, man. Hey, he will talk the talk the whole way, but no, I think Holloway early round 2 knockout maybe.
Would you take a flyer betting against Bo Nickel?
You know, he's overpriced every fight.
Every fight.
Yeah, every fight. And I heard my guy Gam Lou, who's got Omaha roots.
You know, that guy was very good. He was buds with my dad. That's funny. You guys know each other.
Yeah, and didn't he tell me to tell you that when we saw him at UFC 200 when we were at the Legacy bar?
He did. And since then, we've kind of become we're like online buddies.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
he's great, man. He's an awesome guy. I've hung out with him a lot, and he's fun, and he's sharp. Boy, he likes the fights.
So he likes Kyle in this one?
Well, I just heard his sneak teep pod, which is the Monday before the fights, and he said that he thought Nichols was overpriced. He didn't give away a pick, but he just thought it was a little rich. So it sounds like a lean the other way, but I don't know if it'll be one of his plays. He gives out his plays on his Friday pod.
All right, B, you want to get into a little Big Ten totals here for a minute?
Sure.
All right, let's start with Wisconsin. We were talking about them just a second ago. Their total is 6.5, at least according to FanDuel. I think that's the pretty common number around the books. When you're looking at their schedule, obviously they start off with Notre Dame, the tough one right off the bat there. And their schedules, I mean, depending on which teams you like in the Big Ten this year, their schedule, it seems like 6.5 is the right number. Let's put it that way.
I mean, I haven't, gone over every single Big Ten schedule, but I can't fathom that there's one easier than this.
Really?
Western Illinois at home, Eastern Michigan at home, Michigan State at home, at UCLA is potentially winnable. Rutgers at home, at Maryland, at Purdue. I mean, they do have to play Ohio State, or wait, do they?
No.
No, sorry, it's Iowa that plays
Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana, and Michigan.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Penn State's their worst.
I think this is the easiest schedule in the Big Ten, but I still don't think they get there. Now, I think Colton Josephs is pretty good. I mean, I haven't watched a ton of him, but I've watched him a little bit. Legit dual threat, over 1,000 yards rushing last year. So I think they'll have an upgrade at the quarterback. And they did play a little better down the stretch last year, beating Washington and Illinois. But I mean, they only scored more than 14 points in one Big Ten game. They had the number 65 recruiting class. He's not recruiting well. I'm going to go under. I mean, I'm going to say they go 5-7 or 6-6 because I don't have them winning at UCLA. And I don't have them winning at Maryland either.
So I came down to basically I have them winning at Maryland because I'm not a believer in Maryland pretty much ever. I have it basically coming down to at Iowa or Minnesota at home to get to 7. That's where I had it at.
Right. And I think they definitely lose at Iowa. They'll have a chance against Minnesota, but I go under.
I think the number's right. I think 6.5 is the right number. Like it is. I don't see any value there at all.
That schedule is pretty advantageous, though.
It is. Like they've got to. If this is going to happen for Fleck or for Fickle, they've got to take advantage because they're never going to see. Never going to miss those 4 teams in the same year ever again. And you get at Penn State on a first-year head coach as opposed to kind of when James Franklin had things rolling a little bit.
He better win at least 7, or he's got to be out of there, right?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, they were
maybe even 8
wanting to kind of get rid of him last year if the AD hadn't come in and said, "Yeah, we need to support him better."
All right, B. Let's go to Iowa City.
So I've got 7.5 there for the Hawkeyes.
Death, taxes, and Kirk being pretty good at this.
And it feels like that number's at 7.5
every year.
Every single year, it's 7.5. And every single year, I go, "Oh, that's free money," and they make me sweat it out every single year.
So I per usual, I mean, they actually had a decent quarterback last year, but man, Hank Brown, who is the former Auburn quarterback, is not very good, or Jeremy Heklinski.
Yeah.
I've got them 7-2 with 3 swing games. I've got them losing at Michigan and Ohio State at home. The swing games at Washington, at Minnesota. They get 2 weeks to prepare for at Minnesota. Let's see, Minnesota.
Which will be that's always a nasty one too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let's see if Minnesota's got 2 weeks to prepare for that. Oh, they do too. So that's a wash. And then the other swing game being at Illinois. I think they get one of the 3 swing games to get to 8. Although quarterback play is going to be an issue. We've seen them win 8 or 9 with the worst of quarterbacks. So I'll go Iowa over.
That at Washington's fascinating because it's coming off of Ohio State on a short week on that Friday. That one feels super dangerous.
Oh, it's a short week. See, this magazine, Athlon, doesn't have it as a short week. It has it.
So the Big Ten updated some of those Friday games relatively late because Nebraska's Illinois game got switched to a Friday as well. But that's going from Iowa City against Ohio State all the way out to the West Coast on a Friday night against Washington. That one feels like we're in the danger zone.
L, if you're going to be beat up from a Ohio State game, flying west and on a short week, that smells like an L. But I think they'll get either at Minnesota or at Illinois. They'll get one of those 2, in my opinion, and get to 8.
Okay, so you called Washington a swing. Does it bother you at all that they're coming off of at Michigan and at home versus Ohio State? Because I think you could make the case that they could be 3-3 after 6.
Yeah, no, that plays a little bit to do with it that they're coming off Michigan and Ohio State. I think the short week and the travel is more so, but yeah, they'll be beat up a little bit from 2 physical football games. So yeah, I think Washington's definitely an L. So let's say 7-3 with 2 swing games.
Is there a version of this Iowa season? Like I don't really know what to do with Jimmy Rogers out at Iowa State yet. Obviously, I don't have the same affinity for him as I did for Matt Campbell, but that's obviously a game that can go either way any year. Is there a version of this where like this thing could actually kind of get away from Iowa early? Because like Iowa State's a coin flip every year, right?
I mean, you'd have to lose at Minnesota.
Well, okay, but even before you get to Minnesota, if you lose Iowa State, you lose at Michigan, you lose Ohio State, and let's say you lose at Washington, all of a sudden you're 2-4 going to Minnesota. That gets tricky in a hurry.
That whole Iowa State roster got turned over.
Yeah, the games of the year have Iowa 11.5 to Iowa State, and I was looking at Iowa State. I mean, and because Campbell left late, they were kind of late getting going in the portal. the Iowa State roster is it's got a lot of Washington State players that Rodgers brought with him. I think they're going to really struggle.
We were there, what was that, about a month and a half ago?
Mm-hmm.
And he had my youngest had an unofficial there, and he said he's got 80, low 80s and new guys, and they had really gotten after it in spring ball just because he wanted to parse through it again.
Mm-hmm.
He thought there may be another round coming in terms of acquisitions. So doesn't say a whole lot other than that roster is in flux.
Oh, for sure.
I didn't know you had another younger one coming up. What's his first name?
Micah.
Micah.
Yeah. Yep. Just going to be a junior, though.
Class of 29?
28.
8. Okay.
Yeah. He's my polar. He's bad. He's Henri me. He's Henri me.
Hey, you guys see the Gators 2027 recruiting? Number 4 in the nation.
Right? Are you serious?
Yeah. Or are you saying me just bringing that up out of nowhere? When you said class of 28, I was thinking class of 27. Gators top 5.
For your sake, B, I'm telling you, I hope Florida. I want to be conversing with you when Florida is in the thick of something, because your fandom, the way you ride or die with those guys is, I don't know, man. I hope they're good at least one of these times.
Well, I've been dying for years now. I mean, I've had 4 years of Billy Bob, so it's been mostly dying. I have a little bit to be excited about, so I'm fired up.
Well, if we're talking about 27 classes, Nebraska's got the number 1 quarterback recruit in the country. So we'll just, put that.
There we go.
Listen, we're celebrating the 5th star. Like, that's where we're at, B. So it's all relative.
Hell yeah, Trey Taylor, baby. Let's go.
It's all relative.
All right, B. We appreciate the time as always. Good stuff. We'll send you a couple more teams for next week to look at over-unders on as well. And we'll talk to you later. Have a good one, bud.
Sounds good, fellas. Y'all have a great week.
Thanks, B.
That's Brian Edwards from Major Wager. Don't forget, today is Thursday. That means it is pizza and beer day over at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. Get a personal-sized pizza and a beer for just $9. Can't beat that deal. Make sure you go check it out over at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla, more Hurrdat Sports Live, and Michael BRUNTZ coming up next.
If you're coming to Omaha for the Men's College World Series, here's some tips you need to know. All right, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Gate 4 is the most underutilized gate at the College World Series. Maybe don't go to gate 1 and gate 2. Try gate 4. It's a little bit further of a walk towards the outfield, but worth it because you don't have to wait as long. Charles Schwab Field is cashless and there is a clear bag policy. Also note that your tickets will be mobile, so don't try and buy a paper ticket on the street. Also new this year, you can bring in a 20-ounce sealed water bottle so you don't have to buy water inside the stadium. Pro tip, if you're a diehard fan, this is where the team buses will pull up right along 13th Street, and fans will line up to actually greet the teams before and after games. Omaha Baseball Village right here is one of the best places to check out during the Men's College World Series. Just to walk through, there's plenty of shops, vendors, food trucks, and more. Pro tip for bar hopping in Omaha, bring cash because you can get into cash only lines, which are usually quicker, and also you'll need cash for covers. Another Omaha staple, Zesto ice cream. You got to get this on a day at the ballpark, especially when it's really hot out. Omaha during the College World Series is truly a magical time. The people in Nebraska are so kind. You're about to experience Nebraska nice, so I will say tip your bartenders well, tip your servers well, and have fun.
One of the most iconic images from the College World Series here in Omaha is the Road to Omaha statue. It sits out in front of the stadium, Charles Schwab Stadium, and it actually started at Rosenblatt. It was originally dedicated in 1999 to commemorate the 50th year of Omaha hosting the event. It was commissioned and built and presented on June 7th, 1999 in front of Rosenblatt Stadium. And despite popular belief, it's not actually from a scene from a specific College World Series game. It's just meant to represent the competitiveness and the spirit of the College World Series, with 4 players at home plate celebrating with one lifted up in the air. In fact, rumor has it that artist John Leiba, who actually sculpted the statue, used the likeness of 4 University of Nebraska at Omaha players back in 1999 when they were a Division II school, and used their likenesses for the players on the statue. Either way, this is an iconic place where people gather every year around the College World Series to take pictures, not just fans, but teams as well. When the series moved from Rosenblatt to Charles Schwab Field, the sculpture moved with it, and it stands as an iconic landmark for the Men's College World Series in Omaha. Do you have a picture in front of one of Omaha's most iconic landmarks?
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by NextGen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Michael BRUNTZ, Husker 24/7. BRUNTZ, how we doing this morning?
Not bad. What's going on?
Oh, good. Are you okay? We try to give you a few extra minutes so you can navigate the city. Does the summer schedule still leave you kind of hit and miss with drop-offs?
Oh yeah, we got a summer camp on one end of town, and we got swim team on the other end of town. So we're basically in summer hell here, guys. That's where we're at.
We're in hell, gentlemen. Wait, what movie is that?
I don't know. I just thought of your favorite.
It's Pacino. Oh, it's Any Given Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We're in hell, gentlemen.
I was going 300 with Tonight We Dine in Hell, but
no, that's good.
It might be there by the end of June. I don't know. I might be using both of them. We'll see.
BRUNTZ, too soon to tell what the main strokes are going to be, or are we back? Are we breasts? Are we free? Or you need a couple more years to own in on that?
We're a ways from that. We're still on the keeping the water out of the lungs type is where we're at. So I appreciate that my oldest daughter is willing to just dive right in and literally do stuff like this. But there's definitely some. We're taking baby strokes with the swim team so far. But
yeah.
We're not doing butterfly. Breaststroke feels like a heavy lift right now. We're more of a backstroke freestyle, and trying to keep it in the lane with the backstroke is where we're also at.
I have an 8-year she turned 8 last week, and she's taken 3 years of swim lessons, and she doesn't want any eyes on her, no floaties, no nothing. And I'm terrified every time she gets the drop off. So listen, anytime you get a chance to pick kids up after they've been in the pool, it's a good day, because it's kind of scary.
It is a little bit. They did a time trial the other night just to kind of get like a base time to track progress through the summer with the swimming, and we set a low bar, which I like. We'll get over that bar pretty well here.
Well, you and Gascan Callahan, you guys are raising swimmers.
I can assure you I'm not. So we're definitely we're doing other sports a little bit at a little bit higher level than we are with the swimming.
Oh, I love it. Just taking one for the team. Hey, we're just experimenting, and you always wait and see what the price tag is.
Listen, like sometimes
let's try different experiments.
Sometimes the swim lessons are about survival, not athletics. So
Well, this is a life skill thing. I'm not concerned about times. I'm more concerned about survival. That's where we're at.
Speaking of surviving, how about Nebraska and this heater that they're on early. I know you guys, you did a really good job of kind of intimating that you felt like they could get off to a good start. They may not be done yet just this week. Well, how are you feeling about the start that they've got off to?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think they've done a really good job of closing. And, a lot of these guys, it was, multiple visits. It's kind of one of those situations where it was like, okay, it's kind of time to make a decision. Say yes or no. Here's the cards. You've heard all the speeches. You've gone through nutrition. You've seen academics. You've done all that stuff. I think guys saw the culture and got kind of the up close view of that this past weekend, and I think that helped. That helped a ton. And I think the two defensive line commits that they got are going to be really good ones. I think they're both guys that when you watch their highlights and you look at the production, it seems like both of those guys are going to end up, by the time their high school careers are done, outplaying the rankings. And, I think they, are kind of the big space eating type defensive linemen that they like, but also, you also have the production and guys that can get in the backfield and make plays. So,
hang on, BRUNTZ.
What's up?
That's not even your style.
What?
Right? Like, you're very much cruise control,
Like
stay in the right lane, pretty measured. What is it about this? Because I'm kind of with you. We just got into this
with DeMontignac, especially.
That he looks better.
The tape is better than the rating.
What makes you say that? Because that is super uncharacteristic.
No, I mean, I think when you watch the way he plays, certainly the numbers catch your eye. Sometimes when a guy's listed at 6'3", 290, 295, which I think he is, you're kind of like, okay, well, what does that 6'3", 295 look like? It looks pretty good, for a high school kid that, you're going to have to reshape that when you get to college. But I don't know. I mean, I liked, watching his stuff. I mean, he looked like a pretty instinctive player. He's not just a guy that's in there, pushing around opposing offensive linemen, which I think is kind of the natural tendency to do when you're, that big and you're not playing with good technique. But I don't know. I mean, he's always been a guy that I remember BC and I were in Oklahoma City for the basketball tournament. And one of our regional guys said, hey, I think Nebraska's in a really good spot here. I think he's one to watch. And, I think that's kind of, I've kind of had my eye on him and the way that he's progressed through the spring. And I think that was a really good get. The offer list is good. Florida State was hanging around as well there. And I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's hot takey by any means. I mean, I think he's has the potential to be a pretty good player.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's hot takey. I just thought it was very un-Bruntzian to say early that somebody will outperform their rankings, because you are typically pretty even Steven.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's good. I think he's good. I think that's a really good get for Nebraska. I really like the two ads that they made along the defensive line, him and Umbody yesterday. And
what do you like about Umbody?
Athletic.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's athletic. I think he's kind of the same thing. Just a really instinctive player. The kind of splash play type numbers aren't as high from his junior year, but I mean, I think you can see with kind of the new defensive staff what they're looking for in guys that they're recruiting in the front. And I think that's that's kind of the common thread with those two guys is they're not just big guys in there just outsizing people. I don't know what the best word for that is, but I mean I think they've got a pretty good base that you can build with.
So I'm glad you brought up the defensive staff there, because I think a lot of in the offseason when the transfers were coming in, whether it's Whittington or Stoudemire or whoever, I think a lot of people kind of just thought, oh, that's just who they can get. But now that you see the body types that they're recruiting at the same spots, like, do you think there's a little bit more intention there than maybe we gave it credit for during the transfer portal period?
Well, I don't think that there was I don't think Whittington was just a guy that you get. Like, I think Nebraska was really aggressive with getting him. And, you know, with Stoudemire, I mean, he's built solid. You know, it's interesting though. I mean, if you just kind of look at size and, you know, kind of compare the guys that they got in the portal versus the two guys that they just added. I mean, they're a little bit different looking players. And I think Whittington's a little bit of kind of, maybe not a unicorn, but I think he's a pretty unique player in terms of what he can do at the size that he is, because he's not huge. But I think they've got a type. I think the fact that you have coaches who have coached together for a long time and kind of speak the same language, I think that helps. And I don't know, I think kind of being able to see, you know, the way that the coaches have coached these camps too. I mean, it also gives a little bit of an indication of what they're looking for, the way that they coach. And, you know, even Rob Orich has kind of said, you know, look, this is what I look for in a linebacker, which is maybe a little bit different than what you guys have had here before. They want a little bit more size. They want athleticism. They want guys that can go sideline to sideline. And I mean, you can kind of see with the guys that they're pulling out into different groups and things like that at those camps that it's, you know, they definitely have that dialed in.
Yeah, I think that's been the Tim Verghese was making fun of me the other day. Well, I think it was a compliment, but I think it was making fun of me. That's usually how these guys work with me, being an easy target. But he said I was a very interesting guy to watch camp with, because one of the big things for me is just what you're talking about, BRUNTZ, where it's like I can tell how guys want to coach based on how they run a camp, right? I always say, show me your individuals, and I'll kind of show you kind of what kind of coach you are. They usually somehow go hand in hand in terms of teaching. And if you start with just Nebraska's defensive line, offensive line gets a lot of the hype, and I get it, right? Wade's clearly really, really good at what he does. But I think Nebraska's Orich gets all the headlines, but a really good potential addition would just be Corey Brown's ability to teach and coach D-line, right? I think he can command that room.
Yeah, well, and I think when he talked this spring, I mean, there wasn't anything that was like, I mean, he doesn't have like a huge personality, at least with media, he didn't seem to.
I agree.
But he was honest. He was honest in a really direct way about where they needed to be better. And, you know, I think that impressed me more than anything. Was like, I think the tendency sometimes is you get up in front of the media, you want to say all the right things. You want to not spin, but you want to be positive about the direction of things, because players listen to that stuff. They do. Don't tell me they don't. And, you know, I thought that he was just, you know, the tone was correct. You know, he just kind of has a really kind of good approach, I think. And, you know, I agree with you, though. I mean, I think he can command that room really well. I think Roy into that as well, in the way that he kind of handles the edges too. So, yeah, I mean, I'm very interested to see what kind of results they're able to get from this group once we get into the season, because I do think, you know, kind of having the connections that everybody does, I think there really is a value in that.
BRUNTZ, as you look at the visitors for the next couple of weekends as well, I know that last weekend was kind of, at least on paper, one of the bigger ones, and the commits ended up reflecting that. But out of the next 2 weekends, how are you feeling about Nebraska's chances to, I mean, I would imagine this is kind of the bow on the class by the end of June.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're running out of spots.
Sure.
So I even think that like about O-line. Like,
yeah, well, that's the most, right? That's interesting to me is what do you do with Kittrell and Kuhn if they both want in?
I agree.
I mean, it might be one of those situations where you gotta move things around. You maybe take a spot from somewhere else. I'm sure there's probably going to be a little bit of politicking going on in the coach's room if you have to have those conversations, as there always is. But yeah, that group more than any, I'm kind of eager to see how everything looks when the dust settles, because I think Nebraska is in a good spot for both of those guys. I mean, with Kittrell, it's, Nebraska and Iowa right now. And I think Nebraska's in a decent spot with Kuhn as well. And, who's a center, who's a guard, that's part of the conversation too, is because, I think they saw and see Kuhn as a potential center. But they also have one from Grayson that's also being kind of targeted as a potential center down the road too. So a lot of conversations and things you got to kind of get figured out here over the next couple weeks. But spots are getting a little bit thin, and that it's gonna, how they kind of close things is going to be really interesting. I mean, that last visit weekend, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a lot of guys who are already currently committed coming in for their officials, and we'll see who actually ends up coming that weekend of the uncommitted guys.
Yeah, it's fascinating too with regards to Kittrell, just because Coach Wade was in on the eval so early. Kind of one of the first things that he took a look at locally with line was a guy like Kittrell too. So the way this kind of played out is going to be fascinating for somebody that took a very personal interest.
Yeah, no, I mean that was the thing. I mean, there was no hesitation on the offer, which was good to see. I mean, that's not something that's, maybe always been the case the last few years with some of the local guys, and certainly at that particular position. So, that was the thing with the commits in May. It was kind of like, oh, this is great. Nebraska's really doing a lot of work down in Georgia. That's great. But there's, some guys that I think are pretty high on the board too, that you had to kind of find a spot for, and also continue to kind of make that picture look okay.
Not necessarily. Do you want to stay serious here for a second? Because I got one thing I want to ask him about recruiting.
I had one more recruiting question too, so go ahead.
I'm gonna pick your brain here on something fun after Ravi gets all professional.
So last thing, I just wanted to, where do things stand with Caleb Green and Justin Lindsay? Because I find those
Green is fascinating.
Upcoming visitors a little bit interesting based on kind of either obviously Green being committed to Missouri, and just Lindsay in general. I don't really know what to make of.
Yeah, well, Lindsay's an interesting case because he's had that Nebraska offer for a long time. I think, there was a little bit of, we need to see where things stand with him in a camp setting. And that was kind of what happened last week. Was they kind of ran up through the paces, and, things look pretty good there. And so he's coming up for the official. Nebraska, I think, is probably the best option for him right now. And we'll kind of see how that comes together there. With Green, in talking to our guys in Missouri, he's kind of been going through the process, and, was supposed to be at Michigan State last week. And with the way recruiting works, and, Nebraska was also kind of pursuing some of the linebackers that were visiting Michigan State last week as well. They filled up, and instead of going there for a visit, he ended up camping at Nebraska and continuing to kind of go through the process. I mean, Missouri's kind of aware of all of it, and he had committed pretty early, I think, in the process too. So there's some of that going on, but I think Nebraska's got a chance to sneak in there with him as well. And I think it kind of shows you too. I mean, there's a little less of sometimes it feels like there's a little less value in the camp stuff, but it is an opportunity for coaches to see players up close, to run them through things. And you also see, I think too, how coachable is a guy. When you make a correction on something, how fast does that kind of make its way to the field? And I think all of those types of pieces are still where there's importance in those guys being able to come up and work out and kind of see what Nebraska's looking for.
I mean, BRUNTZ, weird one just from me, just because Nebraska's going to see. Well, I know how Coach Rule felt about one of the guys in particular. The other that I'll ask you about was pre-Coach Rule, but under equally as odd of circumstances. If their respective coaches could go back and do the recruiting thing over again, you think Coach Frost would have been different with Tatum Tuioti, or a better shot with Bramer for Coach Rule when he first got here?
I mean, that's an interesting one.
We both guys are going to be way good in the Big Ten Conference.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Tuioti. It felt like there needed to be a little bit more kind of projection there, I guess. I mean, he was fine when he was in Nebraska, but I don't know. Like he's definitely taken off in a good way where he's at. Bramer, I don't know, that one felt a little bit more just kind of a victim of timing. You know what I mean?
And he tried too. Like if you ask if he had to take some truth serum, like I think Bramer would be one. He told you he that one left a little bit of a mark.
Yeah. No, I think that one was that one was a little bit more of that's a tough one coming in. And so different situations there, but yeah, I mean there's some guys that have played high school ball in Nebraska that are going to be doing okay this year and be names to know for sure, especially Bramer. I mean, he's in a good spot.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Gonna be that's another aforementioned Sunday guy that we talked about.
BRUNTZ, real quick here, just kind of off the beaten path a little bit. Do you think there's actually going to be any sort of repercussions for the Brendan Sorsby situation, or are we just going to have to sit here and watch this guy that we know gambled on games that he was involved in play college football this year?
Well, I know the more Texas Tech talks, the better it looks for everybody to conspire against them.
I would say the more they, like, after yesterday, going into yesterday, I was like, there's no way the Big 12 is going to boycott them. After yesterday, I was like, they might just go full double middle fingers to these guys. Like, it is.
Everybody did it too. Campbell, Holcutt.
Yeah, like
every
single person involved in that university is just like, we're Texas Tech. We're going to do what we want. And I don't know. I'm curious what you think. Are we just going to have to eat this, or do you think something actually happens?
I think something will happen. I mean, I don't know. Like, I was trying to think the other day of a situation where you've had you've had people defending the NCAA. You've had
universally,
right? But yeah, and like the number of schools just absolutely like lining up together against another school like that. Like it's going to have to, I think, come from the conference level. I'm sure lawyers are going to make a lot of money off this. I mean, billable hours are undefeated. But I mean, it feels like a line, and I don't think that's hyperbole either. Because I mean, you look at how popular the sport is, you look at ratings, all that other stuff. I think what you got to be really careful of is you do not want to have games being played where somebody at home is watching it thinking like, okay, is somebody on the take here?
Is this on the internet? Yeah.
Like that's where you got to be really careful. Like
that's when that's when it's over, right? I mean,
pretty much.
Yeah. And you can't do the situation where, oh, well, sure, you can. I don't think so, at least. I mean, maybe you guys tell me I'm wrong, but I don't think you can have a situation where you're like, oh, sure, players, like you can bet on the sport, just not your own team, or you can bet on your own team, but you have to bet for, you know what I mean? Like that you can't kind of caveat this. And I think that's kind of a scary place for college sports to be. And I just can't imagine that everybody's just going to kind of, shrug their shoulders and move on. Like, I just don't think you can do that.
I agree, BRUNTZ, just because I say, rules are for people that can't follow directions. And when you start caveating it, as you would say, like people are always going to skirt, they're just going to skirt the issue.
And I don't know either. Like, if you're Texas Tech, like if he throws 2 picks in the first half, like,
which was the other day, like as soon as he throws a bad pick, are you 100% sure? Like he's not, you know what I mean?
Right. Like he Tanner Lee's one off the back of a running back's helmet or something like that. Like, are you like? People are going to look at that a lot differently, and I think that's just the really scary part of all of this,
including maybe his teammates, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's, for as much as, Texas Tech is supporting and, standing behind him through the addiction and everything else, it feels like there's the potential also in that locker room for that being a really bad situation, just in terms of teammates wondering what's truly going on.
Yeah.
Michael BRUNTZ, Husker 24/7. Good stuff as always, BRUNTZ. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks,
Yep,
Swim.
see you guys.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
That is Michael Phelps Sr. No, that's Michael BRUNTZ, Husker 24/7.
He does have some Phelps to him.
What do you mean?
Long and lean.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I think he's a little shorter than Phelps. Phelps is
of course.
pretty
Phelps
lanky.
is like 6'12".
He's got flippers on his feet. Let's take a quick break here, and we'll be right back. I do want to get into some of the comments from Texas Tech yesterday because,
of course you do.
Good Lord, were they asinine. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla. We'll be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
Much as I know you're getting questions about the physical side of things, I think we all know that the mental side of the game has become so large. For you, how did you learn to take care of the mental side so you could be the athlete that you want to be?
I think it honestly really started first, like, I grew up playing a lot of sports, and that really helped with like managing time and like learning how to just kind of get everything in order, like mentally, when I needed to figure out to get things done. I honestly it started in college, just to learn how to like get the negative thoughts and how to control those and how to not let them basically take over your brain. And it's hard. I mean, in practice, like, I had to learn how to get your heart rate up. Like, it's okay to get your heart rate up, but then learn and practice how to bring it back down. Because then once those moments come in, like in a game situation, you're practicing it and you know how to handle it. So that was something that I had to learn even through college, because it's going to happen. The negative thoughts, the bad thoughts, or the doubts, the worries, everything's going to happen. But learning just how to control those was something I had to learn.
Okay, so let's talk about practical application here. You step up in the Women's College World Series. What were you telling yourself in that moment?
First, I was thinking about how I was 0 for 4 and how I was this is the same situation I was in 2 innings before with the runner on second, and I needed to step up, and I was like, I'm putting the ball in play. And then that was before I stepped out of the dugout. I was like, I'm putting the ball in play to either get on base and get someone behind me to get on. Like, I was like, I'm putting the ball in play and let it figure it out. And then when I was on deck, I was just praying. Like, I was just praying to Jesus, just being with him, because there was no one else that would have put me in that moment but him. So I was just praying to him, allowing him to just let me play free. And then in the box, I was just like, all right, let's go. Like, let's just figure out a way to do this.
Coming to Omaha for the Men's College World Series, Rocco's is the bar to get your Jell-O shots. This is an iconic place, and it's just steps away from the ballpark. The Rocco's Jell-O Shot Challenge was born in 2019 and has become a viral sensation since. It's $5 for a Jell-O shot that counts towards one tally for one of the 8 teams, and there's a whiteboard that gets updated 3 times a day to show those rankings. And the best part is that some of the proceeds go to Omaha food banks and that school's food bank. Rocco's has donated over $500,000 to charity. The shot record was set in 2023 with 68,888 shots purchased by LSU fans, and of course, Raising Cane CEO Todd Graves spent $30,000 to help set that all-time record. We'll see if any fan bases can touch that this year, but regardless, Rocco's is a must-stop for a Jell-O shot. Which fan base do you think will show up the best in Omaha?
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live.
Hey.
You doing all right there?
That's the music.
You're singing like you just been to NextGen Male Medical.
Hey, can I just say something?
What's up?
And I know you like.
I gotta head out there today, I think.
Because me too. Because you're super selfish, and he won't let anybody else do the read, you guys. So Nick,
you can do whatever you want. Go ahead.
Ravi's he's very, very controlling.
402-614-9700. Go ahead.
I gotta say this though.
Say whatever you want.
I'm being. What did the kids say? Dead ass. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's what New Yorkers say.
Okay, when you guys aren't throwing things at
Spurs fans,
it was an egg.
Wemby was getting projectiles launched at him.
Yeah, he was.
It was an egg. Which don't throw things at people.
Bad. Bad Knicks fans.
And
It could have been worse.
My testosterone isn't like super.
Mhm.
It's just okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's in the 740s or whatever. Right. So that's not
Better
it.
than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Significantly better than it was.
Yeah.
I was a 290 guy a year ago. So, but that's not even it. Because I think sometimes when we hear next gen, we just think testosterone replacement, which is huge, can be.
Yeah.
But for me, like personally, dude, it's the peptides.
Dude, the peptides are great.
Like I feel.
I'm not even on the testosterone. I feel good with the peptides.
I feel amazing.
Yeah.
Right. It's like just active, and I'm not sore. I can do the things that I want to do without having to, like work into it. Like I feel better. Now, clearly my sleep isn't great, and the Smorlin is really, I'm finally taking it right. I still thought it was twice a week. Anyway, devil's in the details. They can babysit you guys too. It's the peptides. Like I feel like this is one of the best things that I've ever done.
Yeah.
Is being associated with NextGen. Like I feel sensational.
And
it helps my moods are better.
Yeah.
Because I mean, clearly you're difficult.
Me?
Like it just, because I mean, I feel like my life is pretty busy.
Yeah. No, you're one of the busiest people I know.
Like NextGen has been sensational.
Yeah, it's I totally agree with everything.
You don't do the test?
I'm not even on testosterone. Like they've talked to me about it before, and they're like, hey, there's some other things we can do if you don't want to be just on the pure testosterone. Like we can do some peptides to kind of spur your testosterone production naturally a little bit more. I'm on the tesamorelin now, which I really, really like.
Yeah, just the ability. You were messing with me about jump rope, or Jeremy was talking about jump rope.
Yeah.
And I was like, I loved.
And I was like, I know DB knows about jump rope.
Yeah, like just like I love it, or like the fence hopping, or baseball. Like
the best thing I can say is, so I'm 38 years old. I'm not an elite athlete. I play tennis for 5 to 6 times per week, 2 hours a pop. And I'm never sore.
It actually drives me crazy
because
I can't get a hold of you when I need to.
For 2 hours every day. You're just like, where is he?
That's a little bit of a stretch.
No, but like legitimately, I'm never sore. Like I play
that's the thing.
10 to 12 hours of tennis a week, which is if you've ever like that's a lot. Most people play 2 to 3 times, maybe.
That's what and listen, test is great or whatever people want to do, but that's for me.
That's the least of for me.
It's for me, it's the ability to repeat being active every day.
Absolutely. And like I've said before, I'm on the GLP-1s. You know, I'm down 50 pounds from a couple years ago. The best thing that I liked if you're trying to do the weight loss is all the other places I've been to is they just give you the GLP-1 and they're like, all right, good luck. This one, they're like, hey, we've got some peptides that can kind of make it work a little bit better, accentuate a little bit more so that you can, I mean, the testosterone I'm on right now, like literally targets body fat in a way that nothing else really does on the market. It's like, I know that they're a sponsor or whatever, but like, it's been phenomenal.
Oh, I was just telling myself that in the shower. Like I have, this is a dumb story, but it's very practical. I wear ankle socks. I have some gray ones that are Adidas. And the minute you like stretch them, I feel like they tear. Right. So it's important for me to be able to be flexible because I don't want to have to get on the ground to put my socks on.
Sure.
Right. I feel like, oh, you should be athletic enough. It's dumb. It's just, I'm just competitive.
I get it. Yeah.
Right. Like I'm not going to sit on my bed, but I want to.
You'll be able to stand up.
I want to be able to stand up and put my socks on.
Yeah.
Right. And like just to be able to do it every single day. Now, it used to be a benchmark. Hey, how do I feel? I did this yesterday, or I coached, or I hopped in the drill. Like, will I be sore? Will I? Those days are over, man. Like, hey, I'm boing. And guess what? I did fall jumping a fence, but that was because Severe's fence is stupid.
Different fence, and I think that was pre-next gen.
It was and it was in the dark.
Yeah.
He has
when you hopped your own fence, you were just fine.
Yeah, because I could see, number one. But his fence had the squeeze thing that releases the latch. So when I grabbed it to brace myself, I accidentally hit the squeeze thing, and it moved with me.
Yeah, that's no good.
So as I jumped, the gate was opening.
Yes, not gonna go well.
Look.
Oh, that's what that's from?
All of it.
Dang, I just assumed that was football.
No.
You can probably say it's football.
That was a severe thing. We were getting ready to watch a fight. It was me, Calvin, Joe. We were gonna watch boxing.
Yeah.
And I was livid. I was like, he's like, you don't bleed on my cat. I said, man, it's your fence's fault.
But yeah, give him a call. 402.
If he'd let black people through the front door, I wouldn't have had to go around to the side.
Damn. 402-614-9700. That's next gen. You tell them that we sent you over there, and they'll give you a free shot with a free vitamin shot with your first order. They'll take.
I recommend the Zeus.
I'm a Hercules guy myself,
bro. When's the last time I've been sick,
dude? For real, like that's
for a guy that isn't like the epitome of getting enough rest
or eating any vegetables.
Okay, KJ.
I don't either.
I have one kale jam in my life. I don't need two.
Or not eating stuff that's been on the counter for 24 hours.
I did eat. No.
What is it?
What is it?
What'd you do?
It was a little bit of an older fillet that was on the couch.
What do you mean by a little bit older? I need an hour range here.
About 18.
When'd you cook it?
Monday.
What time?
Dinner time.
Okay, so like 6-ish?
Yeah.
What time did you eat it? What day did you eat it? Let's start there.
It was Tuesday afternoon.
Okay, so almost a full 24.
It is fine.
Was there anything on it, or was it just the fillet?
Wait, did it reach room temperature in that time?
In 20 hours? Yeah, I would assume.
I'm just asking questions for the podcast listeners.
To be fair, he does keep his house pretty cold, but not in the safe zone.
It is frigid.
Was it like 68 in the summer?
It is on.
I'm gonna guess.
It's on 69. You go downstairs.
Nice.
And you're getting.
Oh no, I know.
You're gonna need a blanket.
I've been to your house. You know this, right?
You're gonna need a blanket.
That's like I didn't say anything, but like when your AC went out last year.
Yeah.
So it was right after
we were at Big Ten Media Days.
No, it was right after I had watched the dogs.
Oh yeah.
For I think it was Caleb's OV.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is hot for DB's house.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here? And then you told me like 3 days later, you're like, yeah, the AC's out. I was like, that makes sense. It was steamy in your house the other day.
72 degrees, man. It's hot in here.
Oh, it was like 75 in there.
72 is hot. Let's keep it a buck. Here's the thing about the filet. Fillets aren't meant to be cut into pieces for street tacos. But I live with somebody that's fairly defiant and is not afraid to butcher high quality.
Just one person?
High portions, high quality meat.
Yeah.
And I knew there's no way this is gonna be all used. So I kept it at the temp that I wanted, which was pretty medium.
Okay.
And I just ate the pieces the next day.
What temp was it when you finished eating the pieces? Because it wasn't medium anymore.
It was house temp.
All right, just checking.
I don't like reheating cold steak.
I know you don't. I just
and I think beef is fine.
No, it's super not. Especially when you're cooking it at medium to start.
It's fine.
I see zero problems with this, Damon.
Pisces?
No, he said I see.
Oh,
I thought he said Pisces for a second too.
I was like, what is my
I
sign?
see zero problems.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought you were like going all astronomical on him there.
I don't know any of that.
I'm a Leo. That's all I know.
Yeah,
I fit the bill.
Yes,
that's the only.
Your characteristics are you scream, Leo.
Yeah, I am like 100%. There is zero question about
it. Is it Leo rising? I don't know.
Territorial, temperamental, split personalities. They love real hard, that they hate even harder.
Leos
don't make Leos mad.
Leos love them some Leos.
Do I scream Leo? Because I am.
Not really.
No.
Yeah, not really.
Although I will say this. For a nice guy, you are super low-key selfish. Like you're not going out of your way.
Oh, that's true. Okay. I remember the move-in story.
Like he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But won't go out of his way to be mean-spirited. He's just not.
But he's like, this is how I want things. This is how things are going to go.
And I'm doing this, and
whatever you do is fine.
This is my time. Yeah, you have parts. You have parts.
By the way, to go back to something, because I didn't want to interrupt your conversation. Were you saying test as like shorthand for testosterone?
Yes. Yeah.
You didn't want to say Tyrone? Is that?
I'm not giving.
We saved that for Austin.
I do want to. If you guys need to collab, I do want to do the blind food choices at some point, though.
Yeah.
Because I want to start to do more food stuff in the summer, just to give myself a break from sports every day.
Yeah.
So I'm fun food Fridays, or
I'm open to it. I like, back in the old days, we just talked to like Sarah Baker Hansen, and she was always cool.
There's lots of food review guys that I like on TikTok, and like 5 of them are in Omaha.
Oh, a bunch of them. Yeah, like Scotty Eats is in Omaha.
Diego and the O's
is in Omaha.
Fooligans.
Yeah, there's lots of people. We could talk to, we got lots of people. So
I stalked a guy.
Well, don't do that.
Joel, my man Joel, who does barbecue. He does collabs with Dirty Birds
and Beat.
And
pretty sure he
no, he does not. He does not fake injuries. And so he's helped me out a ton this summer. I want to talk to him about doing collabs and test kitchens and stuff like that. They had a huge event at the Joslyn Castle.
Oh, yeah,
this past weekend. Yeah, he's the guy that will fire up his smoker and just lets me put meat on there.
Nice.
Yeah, we will talk. Scotty Eats coached my kiddo. So
did he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. He went down.
He and Vernon both coach Caleb.
He went down to KC the other day. I saw some videos from him doing some KC stuff.
He went to one of TJ's spots. Woodyard barbecue.
Oh,
the place I said has like actual wood out.
Yeah.
He went to a nice Korean barbecue fusion spot.
Yeah, that's like right up your alley.
I'm going. I text Joe in case I text JB and KC, and I'm like, "Have you been here?" And he's like, "No, but I'll check it out." It's called Buck Tui.
Yeah, I saw that one,
dude.
Yeah, that one looked legit.
Korean, like that's you talk about wheelhouse
barbecue. Yeah. What's the TJ's a big Jack Stack guy.
I am not.
I
I trust his judgment because for the most part, we like the same.
Isn't that the smoke thing though? Jack Stack's not enough smoke for you,
and they're saucy.
Yeah, I mean, some people like sauce with their barbecue though.
I do not, and I don't think TJ does either. But he's so nice. For a person I haven't met,
yeah,
he is way kind.
I met TJ. I told you that, didn't I?
He's way kind.
No, he's a super cool dude.
Like even on social media, it's like, hey, here
Yeah.
to help out. Like I'm just like,
yeah,
kind of like Rico. I'm like, oh,
well, no, he's way nicer than Rico.
No,
Rico's got a little mean spirit to him.
Rico, it's weird because you're a grown up and you have kids, so therefore I should think of you differently than I do. But I think of you as very little kitty huggable-y. So
it's because I'm a short man.
No,
and black don't crack.
He's kind of like a Build-A-Bear.
A little bit. A little bit. What would be the sound? So when you give me a hug, what would be the sound that comes out?
It would just be your jaw chomping down on a blanket.
Garr!
Like when he was in here, he was going back and forth with Neutron, and he's like, yeah, like just how he said it. He said it like, oh, no wonder your wife has to bully you.
I feel like it's because you're so whimsical, Rico. That's why we think you're a kid. You have a lot of whimsy.
I think that's why Jess.
Dude, I'm just trying to frolic, dog.
Like, she'll see him out covering events and stuff. So I think she likes you for two reasons. Number one, because you put in the time, right? You don't just hop on the old bandwagon. And two, because you're generally good natured in public.
I think it's because you're joyful. You have a lot of joy in your life. So I think people gravitate
even
towards
when
that.
people crush you over going to vacation Bible study.
Apparently.
I'm just curious. I had follow-up questions. That's all. Do they have a theme? Like, what's their theme this year?
So I don't know because they have like a castle made of balloons and like all this stuff. But then on the stage, they had like a moon rover and a rocket ship. So I don't know what the theme was.
Huh.
I thought
Castles on the moon.
I thought it was Vacation Bible School or study for like.
It is school. Did I say study?
Yeah, or is that for like the adults?
It is. VBS is.
Yeah, school.
It's school.
Yeah, Vacation Bible School.
It's wow. You were listening?
Once.
When I was a kid, I was a big VBS guy. I loved the VBS when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We always had a party at like a big like picnic thing at the end of it, and they'd get a bounce house and all sorts of stuff. It was fun.
I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. Number one, I'm older, so bounce houses weren't really a thing. But even when I had I was never a. Bounce houses are just. It's another word for germ catchers. It is. I can't.
My kids love bounce houses.
Yeah, I can't.
We have one. We got it from a friend.
And like
under 12, I was bounce house.
I've never been a bounce house guy.
What about the racing bounce houses? Where you gotta run through it, try to get to the end first.
Oh, like the obstacle course ones?
Yeah, those are cool.
Those are kind of cool.
I went out to Les's at his place, and I can't remember what it was. Was it a birthday party or maybe he just? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a couple bounce houses, and everybody was like living their best life, and I was like, no.
I like the ones. They have some of these in like the indoor places. I don't know if they're bounce houses per se. They're maybe more like a little trampoline where you've got like two two sides and then there's holes connecting the sides and you're like trying to throw a ball
through. Like Sky Park or something like that.
Yeah, you're like trying to throw a ball. I think the one I remember playing was at like Papio Fun Park. You're like trying to throw a ball through the hole and the other team has to catch it, or if it's the ground you lose points. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I want
to go to a trampoline park.
I don't want to do that now because like at my age that seems like I'm just going to tear something.
Yeah, it seems like a good time.
I'm kind of in agreement.
Like
like being double bounced and stuff, and then you just like buckle and I get Bo Jackson.
Well, yeah, it's terrifying, but like I've never been to one.
The risk reward there is not worth it to me.
I'm with you.
Like if
I got a couple more years.
Like if I'm gonna injure myself, it's gonna be do something I like,
Rico, you do seem like the type of person that in those deals we couldn't tell who the kid was. Like I could just see you totally living your best life.
Me and my kids would have a grand old time at a trampoline park.
If it weren't for the beard, people would just be like, "Is there an adult in here?"
we would get in the car and
that's how I used to feel about Shane trick or treating because he always had candy, and I was like, "This is back when he used to smoke too," and I was like, "If you didn't have that mustache and smell like grits, like you could easily pass for a kid."
Listen, you just throw like a white sheet over him. You won't be able to smell the smoke.
Stop.
It's a different one than the one that Austin uses. Different white sheet.
Oh, my bad.
You're thinking more Casper.
I was going ghosts. Yeah.
Oh, the rounded one.
Yeah.
Not the. Got it.
Yeah.
Shane, when was the last year you went trick-or-treating? Were you in your teens?
See you. Have a good day. Love you.
You see Shane at like 17.
Oh,
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
he strikes me, especially since he's very frugal. He strikes me as a guy like at some point in his 20s was like, I'm cashing in. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like he just shaves the thing, wears like a mask or something, and he's just, he's like the Scooby-Doo villain. You take the mask off, you're like, that's an adult. What's happening?
Got to keep watering the bamboo.
I could do that if I shaved.
Oh,
You
My
could.
wife says I'm not allowed to shave.
I don't even know what you'd look like with no facial hair.
Oh,
though.
do we, Austin, do we still have the UNK track pictures? Because we know what he looks like without the facial
Yeah,
hair.
I can throw those up quick. Do you need them?
Yeah, we do. We do need those. It's a thing.
This is where you and your boo fell in love, right?
Yeah.
High school or college sweethearts?
College. We did not go to the same high school.
Okay.
She's from small town Northeast, right?
Yeah, she's 3 hours north.
And you're Bell West.
Yeah.
Oh, north. That's where you're less apt to get.
Keep going.
Huh?
I less apt to.
I don't know.
Is this another white sheets thing or
no?
Oh,
Let me
okay.
bail you out here, DB. Oh, look at these photos.
Look at baby Rico face.
Great job, Austin.
Redshirt freshman is baby Rico face to the.
Dude, his glasses are so big.
I am very blind.
Like redshirt junior, he mostly looks like himself now, just like really lean.
Redshirt freshman, low key Stuart Scott vibes.
I could see that a little bit.
He's from here, Cobes.
Yeah, he's a South Omaha kid.
I was still a biology major, redshirt freshman.
What'd you end up being?
Journalism, mass communication.
He instead studied anatomy.
That's when he met his boo thing.
Shout out to college.
So Austin tells the story that Dr. Fiance basically stalked him, and she was.
Oh, that's how they met.
And he was kind of a player, and then Austin put on his pouty pants when she called it good and was with another dude. So then roles were kind of reversed. Rico, what's your story?
She came down with her friends from I think they were on the third floor. I was on the first floor, and they came down. They were pranking people with Oreos with toothpaste in them. And
the Oreo
and
thing packs.
Yeah, I took a bite of it, and I was like, I'm not gonna bitch out right now. So I ate the whole thing.
And she's like, "Ooh, that's my man. He could shove a whole Oreo in his mouth."
Honestly, she has a different story of how we started dating and why we started dating, but that's
what happened.
Yeah, I'm not telling that story.
I have a question.
What happened? Go ahead, Austin.
Ravi's isn't near as cool. He just swiped right.
Do you find it unique, Rico, that an Oreo was the start of your relationship?
I never thought of that. Good call, Austin.
Unbelievable. No boundaries.
Never thought of that.
Yeah, I just met mine the old-fashioned way on the apps.
That's not old-fashioned. That's
why it was a joke, Rico.
What do you mean?
Oh, the old black and white cookie.
I like Oreos. I think they're delicious.
I did take her out for a date on Valentine's Day, and we watched a zombie movie because I didn't know that it was like a Romeo and Juliet zombie movie. I just thought it was a zombie movie.
Austin, I just want you to know, Austin is a bad person.
I don't think so. I love Austin. It's my guy.
You would love Austin.
It's my guy.
You can't. You just can't take him anywhere.
I think he's the only person I've ever met that suffers from joke Tourette's worse than I do. He said something to our boss the other day that I was like, "Oh dear God!"
Really?
It was
Austin. What'd you say?
It was a total Tyrone moment where it was like totally involuntary, and he knew immediately. Like after he said it to himself, was like, "Oh no!" Like knew immediately that he had.
Bill?
No, Sasha.
No, Sasha. It was.
She's a little more tolerant.
She's more approachable, I would say. Not that Bill's not been super kind to me all the time, but
Austin, was it sexist? Because that's really the only thing that makes her mad.
No, we'll tell you off air.
It was just gross.
All right.
I think Ravi should tell it right now.
See how
he's giving you permission.
Ravi should tell it right now.
He's giving you permission.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. It was gross.
Solo shot camera on Ravi while he tells a story to the audience.
Nope, not going to do that at all. I think
She tried to come back to the room and ask. She's like, "What did he say?" And all three of us like, "Nope, nope."
Hey, Neutron, before we let you go, Shane, you can hit the music. Do you have a hard time controlling yourself when you're in those other people's beds?
Yeah.
Okay, I could see it.
Not the easiest because, they're just not as free-flowing and fun like we are.
Austin can't control himself in other people's beds. Got it.
Wow.
I don't have any kids, so.
Just that you know of.
Believe me when I say we would know if my kids were out and about.
Wow. They would be running roughshod over Western Nebraska.
You act like we'd get the news by now. They sent the letters. It's just
they'd be half the population.
Wow.
How many Jacobsons do you know west of Kearney?
Yeah, how hard is it to find Catholics in Western Nebraska? Oh no.
Oh no.
Wow. I think that's the show for today. Don't forget, Rico and I will be out at Warhorse Sportsbook today, 2 p.m. at the Nebraska Ale House. Make sure you come visit us, say hi. We'll do a show previewing the premier college baseball event of the year coming up.
Can I call in?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be on the road again.
I mean,
looking for Coralville.
Famously, the phones work here. Why weren't they at Warhorse? It'd be fine. Come on, man! You can hit the Steak and Shake. I love Coralville. You got the mall. You got a Steak and Shake out there.
I don't like you either.
We want to hear from your passenger and how your driving is.
Yeah, can we call Micah? I'm gonna call Micah while we're
knock yourself out.
And just be like, wait, what's up? Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, bye.
Yep, that's about right.
Dude's
voicemail says, "I'm either sleeping or in the shower."
There's the only options.
It's like,
apparently if he's working out, he's answering the phone. It's like, apparently if he's in class, answering the phone.
If important people call you, is this the voicemail you want them to hear?
Yeah, he's got to talk to Chris about changing that up. Some people understand.
He's like, no, they'll just text. Okay, bud.
That's the show for today. Come see me and Rico out at Nebraska Ale House at 2 p.m. DB, enjoy your road trip. Hope you stay awake as you're driving.
I'll be just fine.
You'll be all right. Do you need a C4? They have the good flavor back.
No.
Okay. All right.
I don't need the old itchy face.
I feel great.
Oh, it's the niacin.
They might not believe it's the niacin, Gotta be careful there. We'll be back tomorrow. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.